right now. Any Hoosers. All right, we'll start at $1, though. It's going to be worth quite a bit more than that. Many, many, many dollars. I'm going to show off what's going into the bag, and then we'll run it. We're going to run it. It does come with this sapphire. I have verified it is an authentic sapphire. A vintage watch dial. I'm sorry, clock dial. This is a gold-plated charm bracelet. This is a sterling silver, Mexican silver earring. This is multiple necklaces and a bracelet. Putting it in there now. This is a gold-filled earring. This is a piece of copper with a little bit of gold on the end. That's from that other ring that I took apart. This is another bracelet. That's a silver ring. This is a clip. And then there's all of these mother of pearl pieces that are hand engraved or embossed or whatever, carved. And one of those stones. Some more gold-filled jewelry. More gold-filled jewelry. More gold-filled jewelry. And then to top it off, there's one 14-karat gold earring backer. I'll try to find the other one. I'm going to start it while I try to find the other. It's right here. There we go. So there you go. It's a lovely little package to close. Oh, there's also a sterling silver earring backer. Not much silver in that. I would say maybe like 20 cents. Oh, and there's this 1 gram sterling or 1 gram silver bullion. So there you go. A massive bag of jewelry of gold and silver to close the year out right. Get yourself some gold and some silver and some gems. There is quite a bit of value in this bag. There you go. $5 going to Thrifty More. Oh, it came right back. I thought it ended. That is a lovely. It's pretty valuable. Even those mother of pearl pieces go for pretty good money. I have some of them on my guitar. I made a capo out of them as well. Thrifty Morgan taking it down. Very nice. You're gonna love that. A lot of great stuff in there. Noob here. So shipping is generally $6.95 for the first item and then $1 after that, unless you pay crazy amount, then I'll refund. And unless there's like a big item, which there isn't anything crazy here tonight, that would be an additional shipping, so we shouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, no problem. Edit item. Everything is solid there. Okay. We're going to run this next item. This is a really awesome, it's actually, they're pretty valuable if you know ashtrays. This is a German-made ashtray, and it's by Rothenberger. When I looked it up, they were selling for like $50 online. They're a handmade German ashtray. Handmade German ashtray by Rothenberger. You can look the stamp up and you can find them. They're pretty cool, very vintage, and they're actually quite a cool design. You can use them for practically anything. I've just been keeping jewelry in them. They make just a great general dish. But yeah, they're pretty nice. They sell for around $50. 24-hour yard sale, taking it down. All right, let me get a box for you. We'll get there. 24-hour. Nice. There we go. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next item. And the next item is going to be these gold-filled 1/10 12-karat gold-filled reading glasses. So these are gold-filled vintage reading glasses. Usually when I find the gold-filled ones, oh god, look at the lenses on those. Yikes. A person did not know how to see very well. They definitely needed the glasses, and they wanted them to be bougie because they got them gold-filled. I always buy gold filled because my gold buyer, he'll buy gold filled for $1.07 per gram. So if you can find a guy that'll buy gold filled from you, definitely it's a great buy. And I find gold filled stuff everywhere. I've made like, $200-300 sales on gold filled stuff because it is still pretty valuable. Thrifty Morgan taking it down. Thrifty Morgan. There you go. All right, in the same vein as that, let's run this designer pair of glasses. These are Vera Wang. These are Vera Wang designer prescription frames. And from what I was seeing, they actually sell really well on eBay if you are one of those types of people. They also come with this Vera Wang box. So you're going to get a pair of Vera Wang prescription frames. There is lenses in them, but if you have a different prescription, you can always change them out. This is a lovely pair of Vera Wang prescription lenses and frames going to 24-hour yard sale. Very nice. That was one of the things I used to sell kind of a lot of, was weird items like that when I did sell on eBay. These are all going to Shawnee BS Finds. Those are all yours, my friend. That is a vintage horsey. We do have a lot of Pokemon to run through tonight as well. I'm just trying not to do it too quickly, because I know some people don't like it, but we got a lot of vintage Pokemon to sell here tonight. Some stuff that will blow your minds. BS. There we go. Nice. On the table. Alright, let's grab something else. Let's do a random lot. Let's do this toy lot. First edition Team Rocket. Yeah, I think we have some. Let me look. Hold on. This is a first edition binder. So it looks like we've got, what is it, Gym Heroes. There's some Team Rocket. There's some more Team Rocket. There's some Dark Blooms. There's a lot of great stuff. Alright, let's do this toy lot next. And you're going to love this because there is a vintage 1977 Hot Wheel Ferrari or Lamborghini. I'm not sure which one. But you're going to get all of these. Lovely vintage other toy and this and the plane. But it's worth it for this. This is a 1977 Hot Wheels. 1977 Hot Wheels. A very lovely 1977 Hot Wheels. It's a pretty great toy. Hot Wheels are coming back into style, and a lot of them have a lot of value. I've sold several. Well, they were red lines, so they sold well. But 24-hour yard sale, taking those down. Nice. Let's do an odd thing. This is a microphone. This was in a large lot of random electronics that I bought, and we'll put it up with this outlet tester that's brand new in the package. So you're going to get a microphone and a lovely outlet tester for you to test your outlets and make sure they're working properly so that your house doesn't burn down. That is an outlet tester brand new in the package and a very lovely professional microphone by NF. A very lovely NF microphone and a brand new in the package outlet tester going to Thrifty Morgan. Right? Yeah, Thrifty Morgan. All right. What do we have in here? Okay, we'll run those in a minute. I don't want to run those just yet. Check this out. I found this when I was going through the Pokemon. These are the same exact card, except this one says the War Turtle evolved from Squirtle, but it's a picture of War Turtle. It's like a $200 card. It's an error card. It's a Pokemon error card. Isn't that sweet? All right, let's grab... I'm going to run this because these are actually pretty valuable on the secondhand market. This is a vintage butterscotch pudding mix with Howdy Doody on the cover. It is an odd and strange item, but I've actually sold... I had a lot of these a long time ago, and the last one that I sold for $26. So it is a sealed, very old Howdy Doody pudding mix, which I know seems kind of strange, but items like this are incredibly collectible because it's sealed. I would not suggest making the pudding in any way, shape, or form. If you do, film it for sure. This is a Howdy Doody vintage pudding mix, sealed in the package, and it is pretty cool. There's a trading card on the back of Howdy Doody. It is butterscotch flavor, so not a bad flavor. We have another one, too, for Fret Not. If you don't get this one, there is one more. Frizerky, thank you so much for your purchase. This is one of those weird items that I found at the bottom of a box that I was like, oh, I remember buying that lot and then putting all of this in there and then just kind of walking away from it. We'll do another giveaway momentarily. Frizerky. And we're going to get that into your box. Thank you so much. Now let's do another giveaway. Let's open the box and just grab a few awesome cards out of here. There we go. And we'll grab a vintage. Something vintage. Let's do... What do we have here? How about a Piloswine? There we go. We'll do all of those. Super awesome set of cards. For free 30. Giveaway. Duplicate. Start giveaway. There we go. Giveaway's live. All right, let's do the other pudding mix. This is the other one. This is the lemon flavored pie filling. This one is also sealed, kind of. It's been taped up, it looks like. But still very cool, and it has the clown on the back for the Royal Trading Card, which I think is pretty cool. The other one was pretty cool, too, though. I think the other one was actually Howdy. Maybe it wasn't Howdy. I don't remember. I got to look at it. But that is a very cool vintage Howdy Doody's favorite Royal lemon-flavored pie filling mix. Very cool, very vintage, and it should definitely go on a shelf and probably never be used. For Zerky. All right. Let me go over here. Let's grab these. This is 2 more sets of Vera Wang lenses. 2 more sets. We're going to do one at a time. Vera Wang prescription frames and lenses. Vera Wang, the designer, Vera Wang. They're pretty nice. I used to sell these as well. Anytime I could buy a weird lot of things, I'd always buy them. And then these are just like the tail ends of the things that I still have because I stopped selling on eBay when they sided with some buyers that were just nonsense. Brand new accounts that stole, basically. But that's life. What are you going to do? It's the cost of doing business. All right, here we go. Who took that down? Just For. How are you doing tonight, Just For? Just For. We got one more set here. One more set. This one comes with a cleaning cloth and and they have the little like fake diamonds on the back. They're actually really sturdy frames. These are Vera Wang as well. There they are. They're Vera Wang. A lovely pair of Vera Wang designer lenses and frames for you to wear if they fit you. You know, who knows? Maybe they're your prescription with box and papers. How fun. A very lovely, and not paper, there's no papers. There's just a cleaning cloth and the Tura case, which is really nice. Vera Wang designer frames and lenses. Nice. 24-hour yard sale. Taking that down. You're right there. All right. Let's trinkle in a Pokemon card real quick. Let's do something fun. Where's my notebook that tells me the values of some of these things? Oh, Lord. Did I just spill my notebook all over the floor? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's run. Let's run and hide. Let's do the Vileplume because it's actually a really cool card. And it is an error card. So I'm going to set it out here. Hold on. All of these cards, I'm going to start them at $10. They're worth a substantial amount more than that, especially because you can definitely grade them. They are beautiful, near mint, very, very beautiful cards. The reason this one is as cool and as valuable as it is, it's worth quite a bit more than $10, is it is missing the jungle symbol that should be right there. So there should be a jungle symbol right there, and there is not. So that makes it a more valuable card, and it can be yours right now. This is a Vileplume original Pokemon card from 1999, and it is an error card because it is missing the jungle symbol right there. It is a very cool error Pokemon card from 1999, and it can be yours for only $10. A fantastic card. Wow. Well, we'll put that back away. It is an $18 ungraded card, but we'll leave that to the side for now. And why don't we grab something different? Let's grab this guy and run it at $1. $1. There we go. Update listing. We're off. This is a lovely sealed in-box Rudy the Ragtop professional from Chevron sealed toy. A Chevron sealed toy. Rudy Ragtop Chevron sealed toy. It's a pretty cool toy. They sell pretty decently on the Bay and elsewhere. And you can have it for only $1 or $2. A lovely Rudy Ragtop Chevron car. Back in the day, these were all the rage. My little sister had a bunch of these. And people are collecting them again and paying pretty good money for them to be sealed in the box. This is a Rudy Ragtop sealed in box. Rudy Ragtop going to 24-hour yard sale. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's do this Boyd's Bear. It is a Boyd's Bear with the original Boyd's Bear certificate here. Hi, I'm Tyler Glory Bear. This is a Boyd's Bear. Boyd's Bears sell pretty well. I've bought in collections of these in the past. It does have an original high quality tag on the back. This is a Boyd's Bear. A Boyd's Bear with tag. All right, no worries. We'll set that to the side. Got a lot of weird items here, guys. So bear with me. What's over here? Nothing in there. Here we go. Let's do this odd old knife. Restart auction. Oh yeah, there are a lot of them out there. This is a vintage pocket knife. A very vintage. It has that. I don't know what kind of materials are on here. It is a vintage pocket knife. A very old vintage pocket knife. It does open still. It is a vintage pocket knife. A very lovely vintage pocket knife, and it is going to a 24-hour. I'm not sure. I try not to pay too close attention. Here's a gold-filled pen. How about that? A pen that is gold-filled. That is a gold-filled pen. So when you're fancy and you want to write, you write with gold. You do it with gold. A gold-filled pen, that is. A very lovely gold-filled pen. Not a bad deal on a gold-filled pen. It can be yours, a gold-filled pen. You can do all of your writing. It is in regular ink. It doesn't write in like 24 karat gold, as cool as that would be. Thrifty Morgan taking it down. A very cool and eclectic item. Okay, what's over here? Okay. Trying to move some things out the way. I think I have another set of gold-filled glasses. I'll have to look. Nope. Never mind. I'm actually going to keep those because those are sterling silver glasses. Have you ever heard of that? Someone actually putting their glasses in sterling silver. Quite strange, if you ask me. We have some other odd items. I'm going to run this one. This is a Goodbye Cruel World statue. If you've gone to enough yard sales, you've certainly seen these or their brethren, the variations of them. That's actually part of the design on there. Like, it's on there. It is stamped 1970. This is a 1970 statue. It was from like some sort of series of some form. I don't remember. But they're actually pretty cool looking, and they can be yours. All right, no worries. I don't blame you. How about a 101 Dalmatians snow globe from the 90s, and this lovely little, I don't know what kind of car that is, and these Pokemon tokens. We're just going to pile it up here. What else can I can't hold anything else. We'll just run this, and then I'll do some more stuff. Get the weird items out of the way. Okie dokie. Let me put that out to the side here. Let's grab some more Pokemon cards and see what else we can run. We have some cool stuff here. Let me grab these. These are some good ones. We do like... All right. We're going to run these guys. These are going to be sets. We're going to use sets of cards, okay? So bear with me. Let me grab these and set them up real quick. These are Team Rocket cards, and they're the good ones. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them up and start them at $10 for all three. They're worth a substantial amount more than $10, especially as a set. But you're going to get all three: the Dark Flareon from the original Team Rocket set, the Dark Vaporeon from the original Team Rocket set, and the Dark Jolteon from the Team Rocket set. All three, we have a few sets like this I was able to put together. These are three very cool sets, especially for people who are into the evolutions. You have your chance to get all three of them at well under the market value. A Dark Flareon, a Dark Vaporeon, a Dark Jolteon, all from the original Team Rocket series, going to just for... All right, let me grab it. You already have a box, right? Where did it go? Right here. Very nice. Very, very cool cards. Those are very, very, very neat cards, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Alright, let me grab this stack. And we're going to do dollar starts on some of these cards. We're just going to go crazy and just do dollar starts on most of these ones that I'm going to run out. This is a Clefable from the Jungle set, 1999. A Clefable Jungle set from 1999. A very beautiful Clefable from the original Jungle set, 1999. And it can be yours for only $1. A very beautiful Clefable from the year 1999. A Clefable from the year 1999. And it is going to Gold from the Garage. Very nice. Let me grab a box for you. I have thousands of cards to run through, guys, so we're going to be having a good time here. A lot of vintage. A lot of modern. Gold from the Garage. Nice. All right, that is going home with you. Let's do... Ooh, let's do a big one. Let's, like, offset little ones with big ones. All right, this is the Dark Dragonite duplicate. Dark Dragonite. I'm going to start it at $10 because that's more than fair. A Dark Dragonite from the original Team Rocket. Currently, these go for $14.99 ungraded. If you have any of these at home and they look like this and they're non-holographic, check to see if they're number 5 on the bottom. Because if it says number 5, instead of number 22, it is a much more valuable card. But again, this is still a very valuable card. Home game, taking it down. Very nice. All right, that was a fun one. Let's do another fun one. Let's do a Muck Hollow. But instead of starting it at a much higher price, I'm going to start it at $2. This is a Hollow Muck from the original Fossil set. You can see the hollow pattern there in the back. Super duper cool. Very pronounced. A very fantastic card. And in a PSA 10, this is a very valuable card. As is, it is a very valuable card. This is original 1999 Wizards of the Coast Muck holographic from Fossil. This is a very, very, very nice card. A Muck holographic from the original Fossil set. And it is going to Frizerky, I think. Yep. Very nice. Stick around. We have a lot of very wonderful cards to go out here tonight. A lot. Like, we have Gyarados base set 2, Zapdos, Raichus, Victreebel missing the symbol, Clefairies, Scythers, Hypnos, Raichus, all sorts of great cards, and some modern as well. Let's do some modern real quick for the... Oh, actually, let's have even more fun. Let me crack one of these cases of top loaders out, because we're going to need them. I've got some original Topps Pokemon cards. And with a new set of Topps coming out for Pokemon, these are going to go up in value a lot. I can promise you that. And we've got some great ones both in the binders and out. But we will start out of the binder. We'll start it at $1, just like the rest of them. Here we go. This is a Clefairy, number 35, Topps Pokemon card. This is a Topps Pokemon card, number 35, Clefairy. Topps, a Topps Pokemon card. These are really cool, and honestly, you don't come across them very often. They were not as popular as the regular Pokemon cards, and therefore, I just don't see them that often. I have some in my personal binder, and some of these are going to go out to you guys here tonight just for taking that down. Very nice. All right, let's grab another. Let's do a better one. Let's do Doug Trio. That's a cool one. I like that one. Here's Doug Trio, and we'll put it in a top loader as well. I just have to get one. There we go. Doug Trio, Topps Pokemon card, and these are immaculate. These are in amazing condition. Nintendo branding on the top there from the 1990s, or 1998 Topps. All right, no worries. Let's grab this stack. Hold up. we're going to grab... We're going to do a good one. We're going to do a really good one. At least one that I think is great. This is a Shadowless Charmeleon. Charmeleon number 24. Shadowless. A Shadowless Charmeleon number 24. No, this is not the Shadowless one. This is the Shadowless one. Hold up. Let me get it into a top loader here. I have both to show off the difference. So that you guys can see here tonight. In case you didn't know, there are different types of base sets. This is a shadowless here because there's no shadow on the edge, whereas this has a shadow. So when it says shadowless, it's referring to this section right here. And as such, we're going to run it right now. This is a Shadowless Charmeleon base set. Very cool, very nice card. A Charmeleon, Shadowless Charmeleon from 1999. A Shadowless Charmeleon from 1999. A very cool Pokemon card. Very old, and it is Shadowless. So you can officially have a Shadowless card in your collection. Just 4. Very nice. All right, now let's do the non-Shadowless one. Oh, no, it just went away. Prebids, auctions, move to stage, duplicate, edit item, make sure that shipping isn't all wonky. Alright, this is the non-Shadowless Charmeleon from base set. Non-Shadowless Charmeleon from base set. This is a very cool card to put into your collection. It does have a different sleeve on it, so we can't see the back. But it is a very great condition card that I just dropped. A Charmeleon from base set. All right, let's move out of the way of that one. Let's grab this series. Let's do a 5-pack of EX cards at $5. We're going to do all 5 of these. Slacking EX, a Hops Zacian EX, an Iron Boulder EX, an Iron Crown EX, and a Galarian Darmatran V. And we will toss in the Horsey from Topps Pokemon. So you get all 5 of those EX cards, as well as a Topps Pokemon Horsey from 1998. A lovely series of EX Pokemon cards, as well as a Horsey from Topps 1998. The Galarian Darmatan is a really nice card. I love the Galarian series. The Moltres is my favorite. And Just 4 is going to take those down. I'm going to put these into a team bag. There we go. Since the other bag is full. Just 4. All right, let's do a bigger one. Let's do a bigger one. You know what? Let's do the biggest one. Where'd it go? Hitmonchan. Let's do... Oh, we've got an Erica holographic. This is an Erica holographic. Number 16 for those that are keeping track. This is Erica number 16. Currently in an ungraded condition. It is a $32 card. And I will do it at $25. This is a holographic Erica, a very beautiful Erica, and currently ungraded, it's a $32 card. In a grade 9, it is $60. In a grade 10, it is $337. That is an Erica holographic from 1999 Wizards of the Coast Pokemon. And it's going to stay with me for a little while longer, and that is okay. Let's see what else we have here. We got a lot. There's a lot of cards to look at. Let's do one of these Flareon Holos. These are also a very valuable card, and it can be yours. It is a Flareon Holo from Jungle Set. These go ungraded for $30, and it can be yours for only $25. A Flareon Holo from Jungle Series 1999 holographic Flareon. A very beautiful Holographic Flareon. All right, no worries. We can rerun some of these later in the show if people are interested. Let's run a Dark Magneton. You know what? Let's run a Dark Magneton for cheap. Just for taking down the giveaway. Just for. Let's do another giveaway. I'll get that set up here momentarily. Let me look up the Dark Magneton real quick and get you an idea. Dark Magneton. These are $25 cards. This is a $25 card. We'll do it at 18. Quite a deal. A Dark Magneton holographic from Team Rocket Series 1999 or 2000. Wizards of the Coast. I would say it's gradable. That is a very beautiful Dark Magneton from Team Rocket. A Dark Magneton from Team Rocket. You know what? Here. We'll do one of these. We'll start one of these low. How about that? Let's start it low. We'll start it really low. It's a $25 ungraded card. A $25 ungraded card. $25 is the price that these go for, ungraded. Dark Magneton from Team Rocket, the year 2000 Wizards of the Coast Pokemon card. In very, very great near mint condition, centered quite nicely, and in pretty, immaculate condition. A $25 card going to Just For. Very nice. Just For, taking that down. All right, let's do dollar starts again on a few smaller. I wouldn't say they're smaller, but you can decide. Dark Jolteon. There is a swirl in that haul. There's a swirl in several of the hollows. Should have mentioned it, but it's life. Dark Jolteon, Team Rocket Series, 1999, 2000, Wizards of the Coast. Pokemon card. That is a Dark Jolteon. You don't see them that often anymore. Dark Jolteon from Team Rocket. Very beautiful card, and it is going to home gate. Very nice. Dark Vaporeon. Dark Vaporeon from Team Rocket. A very beautiful Dark Vaporeon from Team Rocket. A very, very beautiful Dark Vaporeon. Pretty valuable card, but you can have it for only $1 because we got a lot of cards to sell. Bargain boxing here. Dark Vaporeon going to Just For. Very nice. Alright, Dark Flareon. And we're off. Dark Flareon. Original Team Rocket Series. Dark Flareon. Non-hollow. This is the hollow version. Well, it's a different card, though. Dark Flareon. Only $1. Dollar deals here. Dollar deals and steals. Nice. We'll save that one. Alright, let me grab this stack. What is in here? Oh, there's more of these. Oh, there's a bunch. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, let's do a quick vintage lot. I'm just going to grab a handful of vintage cards. Duplicate. Given their value, I'm going to start it at $5, but it's going to be worth every penny because you're going to get a lot of great cards. We're going to start with an Amistar from Fossil, a Magikarp from base set, a Pidgeotto from base set, multiple trainer cards, we'll get out those, an Abra from base set, a Machop from base set, more trainer cards from early, and then a Wooper from the year 2001, a Mantine, a Totodile, a Hoot Hoot, a Mr. Fuji, a Berry, and a Magmar. All of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 vintage Pokemon cards right there. And we're going to toss in some hollows to make it that much more special. But 15 vintage Pokemon cards from 1999 to the year 2001. With 10 additional holographic and reverse holographic cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 25 total cards, including all of those vintage ones. Going to Just For. Very nice. That's a great deal. Alright, let me get these into your bag/box. Let's do that again. But this time, oh, actually, let's do something different. This is a pretty valuable card, so I'm gonna run it with some vintage. But we're gonna run it. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. If you like Pokemon, you're gonna like this guy. This is a Dragonite, Topps Dragonite. This is a very, very nice card. E12 out of 12. This is a Dragonite. I'm going to juice it up, though. We're going to toss in a Sand Slash from Fossil and an Onyx from Base Set and a Garifig and a Gust of Wind and a Natu to go with it. But you're going to get the Dragonite from Topps. Top series Pokemon. It's a very, very cool card. I have one of those. I only have two of them. One of them is in my personal collection. So it's very, very nice, awesome Dragonite. And it can be yours just for... Very nice. Alright, let me grab... Where is the Darkrai that I had? I have a very cool... Pretty valuable card that I'm going to sell well below the market value on it because I can't grade all of the cards that I have. And this is one of those cards that I would say you should definitely grade if you buy it. I just have to find it real quick because I don't know what I did with it. We do have a Ken Griffey Jr. error card. Let's see if anyone wants that. I'll sell it for $5. They regularly sell for a lot more than that. This is a Ken Griffey Jr. error card. There are multiple little ink errors all over the card. There's another there. There's one down on the top of the brim there. They sell for a ridiculous amount of money, and some people are asking stupid money for them. They definitely don't go for stupid money, but they're still a cool card. All right, we'll save that for a minute. Let me look over here. Maybe I put it in here. Oh, here we go. Let's do $1 start on this guy. I like this card. Actually, let's do a $5 one, and we'll just do multiples. That way you don't have to do the multiple transactions. Let's do the Dark Flareon, and we'll do a Full Art Opal trainer card. And we'll toss in a Topps Golduck to go with it. So you're going to get the Dark Flareon, the Full Trainer Opal, and a Golduck Topps Pokemon card. All three of those can be yours, and will be if you decide to buy them. All right, no worries. We'll set those aside for now. All right, let's grab this set. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. This has a lot of really good cards in it, so I'll do the 5 of them as is. I'm not going to add anything to it because of what you're going to get. You're going to get the Sylveon EX, the Great Tusk EX, the Mawile V alternate art, I believe, Iron Hands EX, and the Agalash EX. All 5 of those. What a deal at $1 a piece. A Sylveon EX, a Great Tusk EX, the Mawile art, I can't speak. And so 5 very beautiful, very lovely cards. And all of your money is coming back in the Sylveon EX and the Great Tusk for sure. Then you have those other cards to go home with as well. Nice. We'll save those. All right, let's run a Hitmonchan from base set 2. A Hitmonchan number 8. Hitmonchan number 8. I'm going to run it, all of these hollows, unless they're worth less than this, I'm going to start them at $10. This is a base set 2 Hitmonchan, and it looks like maybe there's a swirl. I can't tell. No, maybe not. Not on this. No, right there. I can't tell. That is a Hitmonchan from base set 2 holographic. Very, very beautiful card to add to your collection. No worries. All right, let's try a Ditto. This is a Ditto number 3. Ditto number 3. Restart auction. Ditto number 3 holographic. Very, very beautiful holographic Pokemon card from 1999. A 1999 Ditto holographic. A 1999 Ditto holographic Pokemon card. That is a very lovely 1999 Ditto holographic Pokemon card. All right, no worries. Let's see. Where did I put that other card? trying to locate things. Oh, there we go. Umbreon Darkrai GX. This is a $113 card, ungraded, and a PSA 10. It's over $2,000. I have it in the shop currently. Let me pull it up. Move to stage. We'll see if anyone's interested. That is well under market for a very, very cool card. Well under market for a very, very cool card. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to remove it from stage. I'm going to edit the item and delete it. 113 is what those go for. Duplicate. Notify buyers. No, move to stage. Edit item. And we'll run it at $80, which is a crazy price for this card. But we have to move some cards. So there you go. Umbreon Darkrai GX Tag Team. Very lovely promo card. It is a very, very nice card. And in various grades, and in even 7, it's like a $350 card, which is definitely would grade. That is an Umbreon Darkrai. All right, let me know if you want me to rerun that one. Just take a look. All right, we'll run the Rayquaza EX at a crazy price as well. This is a very, very valuable card. There is slight damage to the side, but I'm still confident this would grade a 5 or 6, which is still $300 or $400. A Rayquaza EX number 123 Gold Star. That is a very beautiful card. If it was immaculate, it would grade crazy well, and you'd probably make a lot of money on it. But I got a lot of cards that I have to grade. I can't grade them all. Literally, this whole stack. I mean, look, I can't sell this one, but that's a Shining Magikarp. I'd consider selling the War Turtle. Let me see again what this thing is. If anyone was interested. And there's not been a single PSA 10 of this card graded. Not a single one. This is the Error War Turtle. You can see it evolved from itself. Right here, you'll see this is what it should look like. And this is what this one looks like. Ungraded, it's $171. In a grade 7, it's $170. So it's $1 less. In a grade 8, it's $350. In a grade 9, it's $650. In a grade 9.5, it's $716. And there has not been a PSA 10 of this card. Here's what I'd sell it for, because I really just want to keep it. But this is what I would sell it for if somebody wanted it. It's a very, very rare card you will not come across again. I went through probably 1,000 vintage cards, and I only found the one. It is a War Turtle. This is a War Turtle error card. And this is the price charting information on it. Send me a message if you're interested afterwards. I can always post it to Dibdit or Dibdit Cards. All right, let's run the regular one at $1. This is the regular War Turtle from base set. This is the regular War Turtle from base set. You can have it for $1. It's certainly not as valuable as the other one, but it is still a pretty valuable card, and especially for only $1, you cannot go wrong. That is a War Turtle, a very lovely War Turtle. Ooh, how pretty is that War Turtle? And it can be yours. Gold from the garage, taking it down. Very nice. All right, let's do a Latias EX. Latias EX card. A very lovely Latias. Let me grab a top loader. And if somebody bids on it, I'll put it in a top loader. This is a Latias EX card. A very lovely Latias EX to add to your EX collection. This can be your next EX card. A Latias EX. Dollar deals and steals. Let's move. Why don't we do... Let's do another vintage. Ivysaur from base set. Ivysaur from base set 2. A base set 2. Ivysaur I was waiting for that Rayquaza VMAX 123. It's a very cool card. I sold the other Rayquaza that I had. I only have one left that's going to go to grading. I would certainly get that card graded because even in a 7, it's really valuable. Check this one out. That one's going next. And it's going to go with these two. Let's see if there's any interest in this Blastoise again. Someone messaged me about it. I just don't know if they're in here right now. Ungraded, it's a $44 card. In a grade 7, it's $102. This is the Japanese. It's the equivalent of a Japanese base set Blastoise. Ungraded, it's $44. Ungraded, it's $44. And I'll sell it for $35. Why not? In a PSA 10, it's $1,800. That is a Japanese base set Blastoise from the Pokemon Japanese expansion set. Currently ungraded. Ungraded is a $44 card. In a grade 7, it's $102. In a grade 8, it's $132. In a grade 9, it's $350. That is a base set Blastoise Japanese card. Nice, no worries. Let's do... How about a Brock's Rhydon? A Brock's Rhydon. All right, this is a $20, $18.97 card, ungraded, and we're gonna run it. I'm gonna run it at. I'm gonna be crazy and just $5, $5. Why not? It is a pretty nice card. Brock's Rhydon from Brock's Rhydon. This is Gym Heroes. Brock's Rhydon, a very lovely Brock's Rhydon number 2 holographic Pokemon card, ungraded, $18.97. $18.97. I can't. I'm sorry. For the error one, I'd have to be way higher, just because it would grade so. It's so perfect. It's gonna grade high, and ungraded, it's $170. I'd have to see at least $140. Gold from the garage, taking that down for $5. That's a steal. But for only $1, you could have a War Turtle from base set 2. For only $1, you could have a War Turtle from base set 2. That is a War Turtle from base set 2 going into a top loader for you. That is a War Turtle from base set 2, 1999 to 2000 Wizards of the Coast Pokemon cards. That's a War Turtle from base set 2, evolved from Squirtle. A War Turtle from base set 2. All right, no worries. I know someone's going to want the Mew. Or Mewtwo, rather. Mewtwo, number 10. I'll start this at $12, which is quite a deal. That is a base set Mewtwo. That is a base set holographic Mewtwo. It's where it all started. A base set holographic Mewtwo from 1999 Wizards of the Coast. A base... Where are you ever going to find a base set holographic Mewtwo centered perfectly? For only $12. No worries. Mewtwo can stay. Let's do a Dark Electrode duplicate. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Hold up. Don't bid unless you want. What do we want to do? We'll just put the Mewtwo back up and we'll add stuff. Dark Electrode, a Bulbasaur, and a Squirtle. To go with the Mewtwo, which is a $17 card by itself. We'll leave that there. Alright, let's grab these guys. Let's run a few dollar starts again. Duplicate. Edit item. Uno Mas. $1 Lugia from Celebrations. A very, very cool card. A Lugia from Celebrations. I have one of these in my collection, and another 10 of them not in my collection. That is a Lugia from Celebrations, a very lovely Lugia from Celebrations. That's a Lugia from Celebrations. All right, no worries. How about a Pikachu from Celebrations as well? A Pikachu. Ooh, look at how beautiful that is. You can see the hollow in his eyeballs. Hello, I'm looking into your soul. That is a Pikachu from Celebrations. Pikachu from that's a cool card. Anyway, you spin it. If it grades well, this card is like a $500 card. If it grades well, which I think it could. It's pretty centered nicely. Nice home game, taking it down. Here's my favorite card in the set. That is a first edition Machamp centered immaculately, and it's in the original plastic sleeve. How cool is that? You don't come across them like that often, and here's what I'll sell it for. That's what I'd be comfortable taking. A Machamp first edition in the original promo sleeve has not ever been removed. If ever there was a candidate for a card to grade a 10, this would be it, because it has not even been removed from the plastic in which it has been honed. That is a Machamp first edition, still sleeved in the plastic. All right, no worries. It is one of my favorite cards. I'm not mad that it's going to stay even longer. All right, how about a Nidoking? Is shipping correct? Ship one card for yes, but I'll refund. It's going to cost $5.95 because of how I ship. I ship with USPS ground typically, and they run around $5 to ship. Duplicate. I don't ship cards the way that a lot of people do in like an envelope, unless they're giveaways. You know what? Let's do a lot. We're going to do a lot real quick, because I think this could be fun. Let's do a lot. All right, this is going to be a great, fun little lot that we're going to do, and we'll see if anyone is interested. Okay, that's well over the value, but we're just going to load it up. We're going to just get crazy with it. We'll even do the Ken Griffey Jr. card. All right, we're going to do a Ken Griffey Jr. card. It's going to be $50 for the lot, but just bear with me. Ken Griffey Jr. Error card. The Dark Electrode from Rocket, an original base set Bulbasaur, a Topps Dratini, yep, it's Topps, a Vileplume from Jungle Set holographic, an original War Turtle from base set 2, a Nidoking holographic from base set 2, a Mewtwo holographic from base set, a Lugia from Celebrations. We're not done. And then all of these EX cards, where'd they go? I just had more. I set them down somewhere, and they're missing now. Or we're just going to load on a whole bunch of random. Lieutenant Surge's Sparrow, a Totodile, a Growlithe. These are all vintage cards. A Slowpoke from Fossil. I'm going to start the auction. It is definitely... So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4... original hollows, multiple EXs. There's a Sylveon. We'll do the Great Tusk. We'll do the Mawile. We'll do the Iron Hands EX. We'll do the Agalish. All of these. All right, no worries. We'll set those to the side. And let's run Here Comes Team Rocket. Let me move those down off of there. Here comes Team Rocket. Let's run this guy. Duplicate. This is a holographic Here Comes Team Rocket. A holographic Here Comes Team Rocket. A very cool Jesse James and Meowth card. I'll grab it. We'll do that one next. Here comes Team Rocket for the original Team Rocket series. Yeah, let me grab, where did I just put it? It is right here. It's a base set 2, number 11. I have it written down here. Base set 2, 1562. I'll run it at I'll run it at $10. We'll just restart auction. Nidoking base set 2. Nidoking base set 2. Very beautiful card. And I think there's a little swirl on the right-hand side there. Yep, Nido King base set 2. A Nido King base set 2. A very, very cool card. Nido King, Nido King, Nido. I don't know how to say it. I've always pronounced it Nido King, but I know some people pronounce it differently. Okay. Pidgeot from base set 2. Pidgeot from base set 2. $18 card. $18 card, Pidgeot base set 2, and we'll run it at way less than that. Pidgeot base set 2 holographic with a slight swirl above his head. Right there, you can see the swirl. That is a swirl in the holographic, which does make it slightly more valuable. A very lovely Pidgeot holographic base set 2 card. A very lovely Pidgeot holographic base set card. Nice. No one wanted that one. What about the Erica's Clefable? $28 card. This is a $28 ungraded card. This is the Erica's Clefable. We'll do it at $22. Erica's Clefable. A very, very beautiful Erica's Clefable. A Erica's Clefable. Oh, how pretty. It's actually a really nice card. It's centered very beautifully, and it is immaculate. It is near mint. Erica's Clefable. $28 ungraded. It can be yours for $22. No worries. How about a Haunter restart auction edit item? Down to $10. This is a Haunter from the original Fossil set. This is a hollow Haunter. A holographic Haunter from the original Fossil set. The year 1999. 1999 holographic Haunter from Fossil. A 1999 holographic Haunter. Very, very beautiful card. A 1999 holographic Haunter card. How pretty. That's going to home, Gabe. All right, let's get another giveaway running real quick. Nice. All right, giveaway is running, and we'll do the giveaway for some vintage Pokemon cards here. Let's do the Croconaw. That's a cool card. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. We do have these two guys. I was going to save them because I don't know what Silver's doing right now, but might as well just run one. Let me see what Silver 1921. Okie dokie. They're saying that they're going for melt value of $52 on this very lovely 1921 O. Nothing special. What would be a fair price on that? Let's start it at $40. Why not? 1921 O Morgan Silver Dollar. I have another one, but I don't think I want to sell the other one because it's an S and it's a lot nicer. This is impossible to see. 1921 O Morgan Silver Dollar. One of the last two that I've had. 1921 O. Going to 24-hour yard sale. I think I'm going to save the other one, to be honest with you, because it is just, it's so nice. It's a 1895 S. Yeah. That's why I was keeping that. Okay, we also have this coin. This is kind of a strange one. This is, I'm going to run it at $1. Okay, here we go. $1. This is a Pacific Picker token. It is made out of metal. It is silver plated. It is a Pacific Picker token. United States of America on one side and Pacific Picker written on the other. A while ago when I was creating my YouTube channel, I was making a lot of fun little things, and this was going to be something more, and it never ended up being that. But there you go. That is a silver-plated United States of America on one side and Pacific Picker on the other. Thrifty Morgan taking down the only one-of-one Pacific Picker token. All right, let's run. I have these in I have these in the buy it now, but I'm going to run one at $1 to give someone a chance to get some really awesome hot honey for $1. This is homemade hot honey, local honey, and I infuse it with my patent pending chili oil, and it is spicy. It's spicy. Use it very sparingly, and you can have it for only $1, because why not? At least send out a jar of it here for cheap to somebody. Thrifty Morgan, I hope you enjoy it. Put it up. Maybe dip. It actually might be good with the gingerbread cookies. It might just be good with the gingerbread cookies. Just maybe. Just maybe. All right, let's grab. What do we want to grab next? Let's do Kabutops. A Kabutops at $8. A Kabutops at $8 is the deal of a lifetime from Original Fossil. Holographic Pokemon. A Kabutops. I had it written down what this one was worth. It's just on a different sheet of paper. It is definitely worth more than $8, though, and you can have it for only $8. A Kabutops original Pokemon going to home game. Very nice. All right, we have a Moltres holographic. Yeah, we'll run this one at 12. It's worth 20, so I'm going to actually run it at 15. I kind of want to keep it otherwise. Holographic Moltres, a holographic Moltres, and there is a slight swirl on this one as well. That is a holographic Moltres, from 1999. Ungraded is a $20 card, and in graded condition, it's a stupidly valuable card. And it can be mine. We'll keep it. Gyarados Base Set 2. Gyarados Base Set 2 Restart Auction. Gyarados Base Set 2 holographic. Very, very cool card. In incredible condition. Centered quite nicely and top-loaded. Ready to go home with you. That is a Gyarados from Base Set 2. Valued at over $20 ungraded. And it can be yours for only $15. Better prices in a card show. Mr. Mime. This is missing. This is a Mr. Mime. This is an error card. This is a Mr. Mime. And it is missing the symbol. It is missing the jungle symbol that it's supposed to have right there. That is a Mr. Mime error card. Valued well over $20. A Mr. Mime centered very nicely. Mr. Mime, well, there's a little top to bottom, but Mr. Mime missing the symbol error. Mr. Mime missing the symbol error card. All right, no worries. All right, how about a Nidoqueen? Also missing the error sign or the jungle symbol. Valued at $20 ungraded. It can be yours for just $15. That's 75% of the market price of the card. That is a Nidoqueen. You could get it graded too and probably do quite nicely. That is a Nidoqueen missing the jungle symbol. That is an error card, an error Pokemon card. That is a Nidoqueen. All right, no worries. Jolteon, a Jolteon number 4. Duplicate. Edit item. These bad boys go for $29. We'll do it at 24. That is a Jolteon from the Jungle set. A Jolteon from the Jungle set. And it is well under market. A Jolteon from the Jungle set. And it can be yours for only $24. Currently valued at $29 and change, ungraded. All right, let's move back to doing dollar cards for a bit. I think that's the way to go. Let's do dollar starts on some stuff. Oh, we do have an Articuno, a really beautiful Articuno. Let's see if somebody wants that. I don't know how somebody wouldn't want the Articuno. Duplicate. Edit item. It is Articunos are worth $22 or $15 if you're in this house. $15 for the original Articuno from Fossil. That's a beautiful card to add to your collection. That is a Articuno Holo from Fossil. Valued at $22, ungraded, and it can be yours for only $15. That is an Articuno holographic from Fossil. All right, let's put that there. Edit item. Uno más. Let's grab some out of the box. Actually, let's do this. Hold on, let's run this, because I think this could be a lot of fun. There's just a ton of random cards in here. Literally, mostly hollows, reverse hollows, over 100 cards. It comes with the original tag team tin, which is actually pretty cool. And let's edit the item. $5, over 100 cards, multiple hollows, and the tag team tin, which is super, super cool. The tag team tin. And multiple cards, lots and lots and lots of cards, and many of them are holographics. It's a pretty cool tin. The tag team tin is very, very neat. That is a tag team tin with lots and lots of Pokemon cards for you to go through. Thrifty Morgan taking that down. Very nice. All right, that was that one. Let me move some things out the way so we can access some first edition stuff. All right. We're going to run all these first edition cards at $2 starts because they're first edition Pokemon cards and they deserve that. And most of them are $5 plus. The first one is Lieutenant Sarge's Magnemite. First edition light gray stamp. You'll see many other ones that are way better gray stamp, but this is a Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite first edition. A Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite first edition. That is a first edition. That is a first edition Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite. Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite first edition. Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite first edition. You know what? Let's just start it at $1. Let's just start it at $1. Why not? Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite. And for this first one, we're going to toss in a Lieutenant Surge's Spearow as well. So you're going to get a first edition Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite and a Lieutenant Surge's Spearow to go with it. So you're getting the first edition Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite and the Lieutenant Surge's Spearow. No worries. Let's grab these. Ooh, okay. These are nice. We'll do $1 start. We'll do this. $1 start. Every bid, I'll add more cards. How about that? We've had fun with that before. Restart auction. Mega Sharpedo. A Mega Sharpedo. The first bid, and I will add another card to the mix. All right, there is another card now. A Walking Wake EX. If you bid again, I shall add another card. And the next one's going to be a Verizon V, if we get a bid. It did not. All right, so just these two. Just 4, taking those down. There you go. All right, Verizon V, a very, very cool card. Verizon V, Verizon V, a very, very cool card. Verizon V. It's a pretty sick card. It came out of a box that I got from Walmart. I got 3 vintage packs. And it was pretty cool. It's a pretty valuable card. A Verizon V. We'll throw in a Totodile Vintage to go with it. All right, no worries. Hold up. Hold up. All right, let's do a massive lot of Pokemon real quick. Duplicate. Start auction. All of these, there's a lot. There is a lot of cards here. Multiple generations, some vintage, some celebrations. Some XY era, a lot of cards. Over 50 cards here. Mixed generations, holographics and non-holographics. A massive bunch of cards. For only $1, that is literally maybe 2 cents a card. There you go, Thrifty Morgan. Let me get a bag for those. I'm going to toss in this holo, too, because it's just sitting here and it wants to go home with you. All right, Thrifty Morgan, very nice. Let's do these sterling silver glasses, because why not? Well, hold on. I'll test those and run those next show because the mark is all worn off. I don't want to run them and then have them end up not being sterling silver. That would be terrible. All right, we have another. Let's do a Zapdos. Let's do the Zapdos. This is a Zapdos. Number 16. Zapdos number 16. And we're gonna run it at we'll run it at $10. We'll do a $10 start on it. $10 Zapdos from base set. A $10 Zapdos from base set. A very lovely Zapdos number 16. A very lovely Zapdos holographic number 16. A very lovely holographic Zapdos number 16. A very cool Zapdos. No worries. Let's grab. How about a Chansey? Alright, let's grab this Chansey. This is a Chansey. Number 3. A Chansey, number 3, duplicate. And you know what? Let's be crazy. Let's start it at $1. Chansey number 3 at $1. Chansey number 3, base set Chansey. Base set Chansey for only $1. Base set Chansey. That is a fantastic deal considering what card you're looking at. This is from 1999. Base set Chansey. Holographic. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful Chansey holographic. From base set for only $2, just for taking down the deal of a lifetime. All right, let's grab some individuals. Let's grab some individuals. 2 Bulbasaurs from base set. 2 Bulbasaurs from base set. That is 2 Bulbasaurs and an Eevee from 1999, 2001 rather. An Eevee and a original Japanese card. There you go. All 4. 2 Bulbasaurs from base set. The Bulbasaurs alone are really cool. Gold from the garage. Very nice. Let's go back under here. Back over here. There we go. Dark War Turtle. That is a Dark War Turtle. We'll get that in a top loader because it does deserve it. A Dark War Turtle. What's the pistol item? It's like an old lighter style thing. I don't know. It's super heavy. I put it out as more of a prop, but I could run it. They actually do sell for pretty good money. It's not a real gun by any means. Gold from the garage, very nice. It's this guy right here. It flips open. Yeah. Not a real pistol by any means. But here, I will put it up for $5. If you want it. It's pretty cool. It's very heavy duty. It has multiple features. And it can be yours. It is pretty cool. A lovely little eclectic piece. There is a little brand on it somewhere. I forget where it was. I did see something written on it somewhere. It's very old. I know that. Thrifty Morgan taking it down. Thrifty Morgan taking down the lighter gun. Nice. What's over here? Oh, we got this big chunk. I forgot we had this. I'll sell this for $1 because why not? It's a very cool... It's from the Rock collection that I bought. I forget what this one's called, but it's a very cool light blue color, and it's like a crystal. It's a very beautiful crystal rock. We have several crystals that we can run. We've sold hundreds of dollars worth of crystals on Dibdit alone, and we may sell more. We'll see. But here is a lovely blue crystal. All right, no worries. Let's set that over there and run this guy. This is a vintage beer can, I believe. Restart auction. It has George Washington on the front, Federalists. It is from the General Brewing Company, San Francisco. It is a really old, really cool looking. If you had like a room full of presidential stuff, it'd be pretty cool to have. I was seeing them sell for around $10 on the Bay. You could have it for $1, or I'll keep it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the eclectic items back over there for now, and we're gonna dive in full force on some more cards. Let's do a really good one for a minute. We'll do a dollar start on it, though it is definitely worth a bit more than that. We'll still run it at $1. Looks cool. Restart auction. There we go. A first edition Dark Gloom by Team Rocket. You're not going to find a better deal on that. That is a first edition Dark Gloom for Team Rocket. That's a first edition Team Rocket Dark Gloom. A super duper card. Nice, and it's centered super nice. It is just a beautiful card. It is a first edition. That is a first edition stamp right there. First edition Dark Gloom. Heading home with Home Gate. Very nice. All right, let's grab another first edition card. We do love them first editions. Let's do... Oh, there's so many. Let's do a set. I'm going to do a set. And it is definitely worth the $5 that I'm going to ask. All right, we're going to do a first edition Squirtle and a first edition Dark War Turtle. Those are both first editions. The Squirtle has a light gray stamp. I'm going to put them in top loaders. This is a first edition War Turtle, Dark War Turtle, and a first edition Team Rocket Squirtle. All you'd be missing is the Blastoise, which I do have. A first edition Squirtle and a first edition Team Rocket. All right, no worries. All right, let's do... Let's restart auction and do Brock's Rhydon. This is a Brock's Rhydon, and we're going to add in all of these, whatever they are. Oh, that's a bunch of vintage. Okay. So, Team Magma's Baltoy, Sudowoodo, Abra, Natu, Team Magma's Claydol, all of these, including the Brock's Rhydon. So, you're going to get all of those very lovely cards, one auction. We'll leave those there for now. Let's do Blaine's Ponyta. Hey, Outbidder took down the giveaway. Very nice. Those are going home with you, Outbidder. Outbidder. All right. Blaine's Ponyta restart auction. Edit item. Uno mas, $1. Blaine's Ponyta. That is a Blaine's Ponyta first edition. That is a first edition Blaine's Ponyta. First edition Blaine's Ponyta. A first edition Blaine's Ponyta. Slight gray stamp. There are some more prominent gray stamp cards that I have, but I'd have to see some kind of crazy money for them. All right, no worries. Let's run... Oh, there's so many cool ones. All right, let's run this guy. Restart auction. Edit item, $5. This is a first edition Misty's Poliwrath. I will put it in a top loader. This is a first edition Misty's Poliwrath. A first edition, and we'll put it up with the first edition Blaine's Ponyta. Why not? We'll do both of them. It's worth it for just the Poliwrath. But you'll get the Ponyta as well. 2 first edition cards. First edition Pokemon cards. Nice. Home Gabe taking it down. Very nice. Alright, let's go back to dollar starts for a minute. Edit item, $1. Update listing. Alright, we're gonna do let's do 2 Kadabras from base set. 50 cents a piece. 2 Kadabras from base set. That is 2 Kadabras from the base set. The base set, 2 Kadabras from base set Pokemon. That is 2 Kadabras from base set Pokemon. We're going to run these all night long. 2 Kadabras, very nice. Alright, now let's run a Doug Trio from base set and a Magmar from, was that Neo Genesis? Neo Discovery? One of those two. A Magmar and a Doug Trio. The Doug Trio is from base set. The Magmar is not. The Magmar is from Neo Genesis or Neo Destiny, I think. Magmar and a Doug Trio from base set 1. The base set 1 Doug Trio is a pretty cool card to add to your collection. All right, no worries. Let me grab... Oh, here's a couple cool ones. Let's do these. Erica's Dratini. Erica's Dratini. A very, very cool card. Erica's Dratini. That is an Erica's Dratini. How pretty is that? Erica's Dratini. An Erica's Dratini. A super, super cool card. Erica's Dratini. Very pretty card. Alright, no worries. Let's put it with Sabrina's Haunter. Run them at the same time. Sabrina's Haunter and Erica's Dratini. That is 2 very lovely cards. And they can be yours. Erica's Dratini and a Sabrina's Haunter. The Sabrina's Haunter is a very sick card if you're into Pokemon. The Sabrina's Haunter is a very, very cool card. There you go. Sabrina's Haunter and Erica's Dratini. Nice. Those are going to Gold from the Garage. Very lovely. All right, let's auction off this other bag of gingerbread. Hold on. Or I'm going to eat them because I'm like looking at them like, oh yeah, I just want them. Edit item. Delete. Here we go. This is a bag of 4 gingerbread cookies made by my wife. They are very, very tasty, and you will not want to stop at 1. The other bag was already purchased. This can be yours. They're very good. There's no way around them. She does make custom cookies. There is in the listing for the other ones. If you can make custom cookies, she sells them that way. But we're just going to do some of these here tonight, just for the fun of it. 24-hour yard sale. Very nice. All right. Let's do a dollar start on the Dark War Turtle First Edition. Dark War Turtle First Edition, Team Rocket, Dark War Turtle First Edition from Team Rocket. That is a very, very cool card. And it makes it that much more special that it's a First Edition Dark War Turtle. A very, very cool card in a very, very, very good condition. And it can be yours for only $1. Dark War Turtle going to home gate. Very nice. All right, now we'll run its counterpart, the First Edition Squirtle. It's technically a Dark Squirtle, but they didn't name them that. They just put the Team Rocket stamp. But it is a First Edition Team Rocket Squirtle. A First Edition Team Rocket Squirtle. That there is a First Edition Team Rocket Squirtle for only $1. It's a fantastic deal, considering it's a First Edition Pokemon card, and it's going to home gate. Very nice. We're going to rapid fire these cards here. All right, Vulpix from base set 2, Weeping Bell from Jungle, and a Misty Seal from Gym Heroes. Duplicate. There you go. All 3 of these, a Misty Seal, a Weeping Bell, and a Vulpix from base set 2. All 3 of these cards can be yours and will be if you so choose so. A Misty's Seal, a Weeping Bell, and a Vulpix. 3 very, very beautiful cards, and they can be yours for only 33 cents a piece. All right, these are now going to be the next giveaway. Duplicate. These are now the next giveaways. Start giveaway. Those are going to into the mix for the next giveaway. There you go. All right, restart auction. I'm going to come down a little on the Error War Turtle. Ungraded, they go for $170-ish. In a grade 7, it's like $350. And this is guaranteed to hit a 7. It's beautiful. It's centered immaculately. And I'll run it at $140. That's $30 off the top. You will not find another one like this very easily. They do go for really good money, and this is a error card from the original Wizards of the Coast Pokemon. That is a War Turtle who evolves from himself. They go for ungraded 170 plus. All right, I'll leave it back there, and we'll reconsider later. Let's go into the box and look for something fun. How about a Ninetales from base set? See if anyone wants a Ninetales from base set. This is a Ninetales from base set. Alright. Restart auction. Edit item. We're going to say $8. $8 for a base set Ninetales. What a deal! $8 on the base set holographic Ninetales. A very beautiful base set holographic Ninetales. A very, very pretty base set holographic Ninetales. A very, very pretty base set holographic Ninetales. Alright, no worries. Let's grab some more of these guys. There we go. Misty Starmie. Restart auction. Edit item. $1. And we're going to run this guy. This is a Topps War Turtle number 8. A Topps War Turtle number 8. A Topps War Turtle number 8. A very, very cool card. A Topps War Turtle. I have a holographic version of this as well in my personal collection. We can look at that here as soon as I unbury it from all those other cards that are on top of it. Very nice. All right, let's grab that now. Let's grab my personal binder and see what's in there. As you can see, that card I just sold, the holographic versions there. I have the Blastoise as well. Then I got a bunch of these other really awesome holographic Topps cards. And then just a whole bunch of other... Let's run a Snorlax. Let's run a Snorlax. I'm going to run the Snorlax because I know we have Snorlax fans in the house. Here we go. This is a Snorlax from the Jungle set. A Snorlax from the Jungle set. That is a Snorlax from the Jungle set. A Snorlax just below 50% of the value. That is a Snorlax from Jungle set. A very old, very cool Snorlax from Jungle set. Looks like an incomplete background too, actually. I may have to look into that further. I am a little glad that did not sell, to be honest with you. Okay, let's do... We're going to do a big one. This is a Dark Gyarados number 25. Dark Gyarados number 25. Duplicate. Edit item. We're going to go at $7. Dark Gyarados. Team Rocket Dark Gyarados number 25. That is a Team Rocket Dark Gyarados. A very, very beautiful card. A Team Rocket Dark Gyarados. A very, very lovely card. A Dark Gyarados. Very nice Dark Gyarados. Alright, no worries. No worries. Let's try. I know someone's going to want this guy. I'm trying to do them at 50 or 60% of the market. Just so everyone is aware of what I'm doing. Dark Dragonite. You know what? We'll just do it right there. It's more than that, but that's fine. Dark Dragonite. $16 ungraded card. Dark Dragonite by Team Rocket. A very beautiful Dark Dragonite from Team Rocket. Now, Dark Dragonite from Team Rocket, if this had 5 on the bottom, it'd be a very more valuable card. But as is, it is a $16 ungraded card, $15 ungraded card. All right, no worries. We'll save that for now. How about the Dark Slowbro? What's that running for these days? $25 on the Dark Slowbro. So we're going to run it at 18 bucks. Dark Slowbro from Team Rocket. That's a sick card. Oh, wow. I ran it at 7 instead. Dark Slowbro. $25 card. That is a Dark Slowbro. Very, very beautiful. Very, very nice card. The back's kind of torn up. But there you go. Dark Slowbro, $25 ungraded card. $25 ungraded card. And it is going to 24-hour yard sale. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's grab some more dollar start cards. Duplicate. Edit item. $1. Oh, you know what? I actually found something. Let me grab it. Whammo. We're going to run this guy because I refound it again. It is authentic. And it is a really, really beautiful item. I'm going to have to sell it for a decent amount, though, because of how much they go for. Hope you can understand. The resale on them is in the hundreds. This is an authentic Gucci women's handbag. This was acquired at an estate sale with lots of other designer stuff, and I have had this looked at. It is authentic. This is an authentic. You can look them up. This exact style, they go for like $250, and this can be yours for only $75. It's an authentic Gucci handbag. That is a very, very beautiful, made in Italy, authentic Gucci handbag. I'd started at $1, but there's no way I could really afford to do that. All right, no worries. We'll hang on to it for now. Restart auction. Edit item. We're going back to $1 auctions. Dollar auctions. And we're going to pull stuff from this binder right here. Base set Pikachu up first. A base set Pikachu. I just have to find the penny sleeves because these are all binder fresh. Base set Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. A base set Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. A base set Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. That is a base set Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. Getting that giveaway, guys. We are doing some free Pokemon cards. That is a base set Pikachu. A base set. All right, no worries. Let's do these 3 Brock's cards. These 3 Brock's cards, you're going to get Brock's Mankey, Brock's Rhyhorn, and Brock's Sandshrew, all from the year 2000. 33 cents a piece. That is 3 very lovely vintage Pokemon cards. Brock's Sandshrew, Brock's Rhyhorn, and Brock's Mankey. All 3 of them. We'll leave those there. We're going to keep piling them on there, and then we'll sell everything in the center for one big, massive price. Let's see. Going through these binders, there's a lot of cards in here. Oh, man. Oh, those are cool. Okay, hold on. Let me move over here real quick. I have this whole binder full, this whole thing full of cards. We'll start running those. All right, here we go. This is a Ditto. Hold up. Hold up. It needs to go into a penny sleeve. And then into a top loader. This is a Ditto from Fossil Set. A Ditto from Fossil Set. Hold up. 1999 Ditto from Fossil Set. A 1999 Ditto from Fossil. The crease there is on the sleeve, not the card itself. The card is in immaculate condition, and this is a 1999 Ditto from the original Fossil set. And we'll toss in these 3 Brox cards as well. So you get the Ditto and the Brox cards, all of them, 3 Brox trainer cards and a Ditto from 1999. All 4 cards can be yours. And here, we'll toss in a Totodile as well. Every bid, we'll toss in cards. How about that? We'll go from the center there. 2 of these vintage Pokemon. We'll do another Brox Rhyhorn. That's the first edition one. Okay. Let's do a Brox. Or how about a Dark Primate from Team Rocket? And we'll leave it there just for taking those down. Very nice. All right, let's look. I have a Japanese Mewtwo. I do have a Japanese Mewtwo. Let's throw this out there. This one is going Mewtwo 150. It's a $30 card. So we'll run it at we'll run it at $20. That's 60%. Edit item. Here we go. That is a Japanese base set Mewtwo. It is a very beautiful Japanese base set Mewtwo. A very beautiful Japanese base set Mewtwo card. A very beautiful Japanese base set Mewtwo. A Japanese base set Mewtwo card. Very lovely. All right, no worries. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let me grab some more individual ones. Let's do... Where'd the music go? Let's do... Let me go over here. Hold on. We got all of these vintage ones. We're going to do a handful of vintage again. We'll do a handful of vintage. Venonat, Sandshrew, Spinark, Seal, Kakuna. All right, restart auction, edit item, down $2, start auction. All of these vintage cards, and Oddish, Ekans, Venonat, Sandshrew, Skiploom, Spinark, Nidorina, Farfetch'd, Seal, Kadabra, and Kakuna. And we're going to toss in the Doug Trio and the Sabrina's Ghastly to go with it. And the Bulbasaur, why not? Bulbasaur from base set, Sabrina's Ghastly, Doug Trio from base set, and then 10 additional cards to go with it. All of those can be yours and will be gold from the garage. Very nice. All right, let's do... Let me go over here. Let me grab these guys. Let's do these 4. Yellow Cheeks Pikachu, Blaine's Tauros, Misty's Tentacool, and a Blaine's Ponyta. All 4 of those very vintage cards can be yours at 50 cents a piece. Blaine's Ponyta, the Misty's Tentacool is cool because you can see Misty there in the water. And then you have the Blaine's Tauros and the Yellow Cheeks Pikachu to go with it. All of those 4 very lovely Pokemon cards can be yours for only $2. All right, no worries. Let's go back to dollar starts and run the Virizion V, Blaine's Ponyta, and Misty's Tentacool. All 3 of those, pretty good deal. Cottony. Yeah, we'll leave that. All right, no worries. We'll save those for now. Let me grab another binder. We got a lot of binders I can go through. Let's do this one. All right, let's do the Absol EX. Absol EX, a very beautiful card. Absol EX, that is the Absol EX. Super duper cool card. The Absol EX. That is a very beautiful card, and it does deserve a top loader of its own, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. It isn't in a penny sleeve. It is in a penny sleeve. The Absol EX. All right, no worries. How about an Alolan Executor EX? Very cool card. And it also deserves its own sleeve. An Alolan Executor EX. Alolan Executor EX. A very, very interesting card. And it can be yours. We are going to be doing a show on Dibdit Cards tomorrow. A return show to Dibdit Cards. So be on the lookout for that as well. Doug Trio from Topps Pokemon. We'll do the Doug Trio. And we'll do the Absol. That's 50 cents a card. Not a bad deal. Absol, Alt Art, and the Doug Trio, number 51 from Topps 1998 Pokemon. That is the Doug Trio and the Absol EX. Absol EX and Doug Trio going down. All right, no worries. Let's do a Zapdos from Zapdos from Fossil. A Zapdos from Fossil. I do. Are there any that you're looking for? Zapdos from Fossil set. That is a very, very cool card. Zapdos from the Fossil set. A very, very cool Zapdos from the Fossil. That's a very cool card. It's the non-holo, but still a very valuable card. And for only $1, you cannot go wrong. Gold from the garage. Nice. I got a whole binder full of these guys. Some of them are really cool. Let's do a Raichu, because I know someone's going to want that. That is a Raichu from Topps. I'm going to put it in a top loader. That is a Raichu from 1998 Topps. There we go. A Raichu number 26 from 1998 Topps Pokemon. A Raichu. That's a really cool card. Some of these Topps ones actually go for really good money. I have some in my binder that are holographic ones that I'd have to charge a little more. But you may be interested in seeing them. Or you may not. I don't know. But for instance, we have this holographic War Turtle. That's the holographic one. And it is War Turtle number E8. There you go. It is. Oh, it's not that valuable. It's only $3. I thought it was more valuable. This one is not the one that's more valuable. This is a holographic Topps 1998. Even in a grade 7, it's pretty valuable. That is a Topps 1998 War Turtle holographic card. Topps Pokemon 1998. 1998 holographic holofoil. All right, no worries. We'll do the Charmander. Restart auction. You love the Nidoking cards. Any of those in Topps? Let me look. We'll do Charmander first because it's a super duper cool card and actually a harder card to get from this series. This is the Charmander Topps Pokemon card. This is the Charmander Topps Pokemon card. That is the Charmander. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, getting that giveaway. We're doing a wonderful giveaway for some vintage Pokemon cards. This is a 1998 Topps Pokemon Charmander. Michelle, good evening. This is a Topps Charmander. Nice, just for taking that down. That is going into a top loader just so you know. We got lots and lots of vintage Pokemon cards here tonight. Let's do the Dark Gyarados again. I'm going to start the Dark Gyarados at $1. God, I'm going to make it. Hold on. I'm going to start the Dark Gyarados at $1. We're going to be crazy. Dark Gyarados at $1. Dark Gyarados for only $1. That's a crazy price. But we're feeling crazy and spicy tonight. Dark Gyarados from Team Rocket 1999. A very, very hard card to get. That is a very, very hard card to get. That is a Dark Gyarados from Team Rocket 1999. And it is a gradable card. That is a very beautiful Dark Gyarados from 1999. Dark Gyarados. Very, very beautiful. And it can be yours. And it's going to be Home Gabe taking it down. Stick around. We're going to do another really awesome giveaway right after this one. These are going to 24-hour yard sale. Right there. Let me grab a bag, actually. Your other bag got full quickly. There we go. All right. Let's run. There's so many out here right now. What am I doing? This is nuts. I should not have done this. All right, $1 start on the War Turtle from base set 2. And we'll throw an Electrode in there from base set. How about that? An Electrode from base set and a War Turtle from base set 2. An Electrode and a War Turtle from base set 2. That's a really great deal. Anyway, you spin it. 2 vintage Pokemon cards in one auction. 2 vintage Pokemon cards in one auction. Home game taking it down. All right, real quick. Charmeleon going out for the giveaway. Duplicate giveaway. Start giveaway. All right, 1999 Charmeleon from base set. That is the giveaway. That's a beautiful giveaway. And we are looking for a Nidoking in tops. I don't see one in the binder here. It doesn't mean anything because I have some more tops up front. Poliwrath. I got a Dragonite. Hold on. I have more in the back of this other binder. I just have to find the right binder. Here it is. We got some Pikachu. Here's a really cool card. Let's do this one next. It's not what you're after because I don't think I have any Nidoking. Oh, hold on. What is this? Okay, these are from the movie. I still don't see a Nidoking there. I see a lot of action shots of Charizard, though, which is kind of fun. All right, let's grab a top loader. Oh, we have one right here. What am I doing? This is a Dratini from Topps. This is the Topps Dratini Pokemon, and we're going to toss in a Beedrill from base set 2. So you're going to get the Topps Dratini from 1998 and the Beedrill base set 2 from 1999, which, by the way, there is an error version of this where the defending has a period after the D. Be on the lookout for that. It can be a pretty valuable card. All right, no worries. I'm going to move these out of the way a little bit, and we're going to grab that. Okay. Let's see. Got a lot of Mewtwo's. No Nidoking there either. Let me see if I have any offshoot ones in my binder here. We got a Dark Weezing. That's kind of a cool card. And a Dark Persian. And some full art trainer cards. Here's a nice one. I'm going to run this one, duplicate, edit item. I got to run it up to 2 at least because of how much it's worth. This is a Topps Geodude, but it's actually got a textured surface. So it's one of the hit cards from back in the day. It's also one of the puzzle cards. This is a Topps. It's like textured. It has this texture on there. It's a pretty valuable card. It is a hollow Topps card. I'll put it in a top loader if someone buys it. That is a Geodude. Very lovely Geodude. All right, no worries. Let's go and let's do something crazy. Let's run all 4 of these. Restart auction with the Absol and the Virizion. I got to move some of these things. We'll just do a big lot. This is going to be a cheap lot. You're going to get all 3 of these. I'm going to start it right now. The Alolan Executor EX, the Absol EX, the Virizion V, the Beedrill from base set 2, the Ivysaur from base set 2, the Drowsy from base set, the Dratini from Topps, and the Magmar from Neo Destiny. That's a lot. You're getting these 3 are fantastic cards by themselves, but then you're going to get all these vintage cards to make yourself feel extra special. Any Ralts, Kirlia, or Gardevoir? Yes, we do have some. I got a whole stack of Ralts right in front of me, actually. Just for their older ones. Where'd they go? I just had them. There was like 6 of them. Hold up. They're vintage if I can find them. I just have to. Garafig, Slowpoke. What did I do with them? Where'd they go? Xatu. What do you do? I'm Xatu. What do you do? How about let's run an Aerodactyl while I look over here behind the scenes. Oh, you know what? We have a Gardevoir too. Where did I see that? I have a Gardevoir somewhere in here. Hold on. In my personal binder. Low punny, that ain't right. Sorry, I'm looking through these various binders on the side here to see what I have. There's too many cards here, to be honest with you, to fully grasp. But let me just grab a handful of vintage for now, and we'll run a handful of vintage while I'm looking through things. Start auction. We're gonna run. I don't know. We'll just run. I guess all of these. All of these vintage Pokemon. You're getting like 25 vintage cards here. Ghastly, Chikorita, Drowsy, Krabby, Kingler, Kabuto, Poliwag. It's a heck of a deal. Marill, Nidoran. These are like $2 cards. Abra from base set. Vulpix, Staryu, Gold from the Garage, taking down that set. Very nice. I'm trying to move these things out of my way so I have a little bit better. Here, let's run this set for $2 as well. Dondozo EX, a Cloth EX, a Graveler from the original Topps Pokemon, and a Chestnut V. All 4 of these. And we'll toss in the Xatu as well. Why not? Let's see. Haunter. There's just a base set 2 Gyarados chilling right here. Why not? Alright, no worries. Duplicate. Edit item. Back down to $1. And rerun it. All 5 of those for $1. 20 cents a piece while I'm still looking, because I have 2 hands. I'm going to try to move as quickly as I can. We'll even toss in a Zigzag Zoom. Let's see what else. A Cottony promo. Why not? Alright, let's do a Bulbasaur from Topps. This is a Bulbasaur from Topps. I'm going to put this in a top loader. That is a Bulbasaur from Topps. A very lovely Bulbasaur from Topps Pokemon. That's a very lovely Bulbasaur. That's a cool card. Any way you spin it, that's a Bulbasaur from Topps. Bulbasaur from Topps Pokemon. A very, very cool, very collectible card. All right, let me put that over there for now. I'm going to start reorganizing all of this because it's kind of a mess. Let's do this, and those go there. A Doug Trio. Hold on, I got a cool one here. Let's do this guy. This is a wheezing, coughing, textured Topps Pokemon card, I believe. I don't think it's Topps Chrome, although it is a Chrome-looking card. I'm putting it in a top loader because it definitely deserves that. This is a wheezing and coughing Pokemon card, Topps Pokemon. Holographic textured card. A holographic textured Topps Pokemon card. All right, no worries. Let me move these over here. Jordan has to stay in there. How about the Koga? Does anybody want the Koga? I didn't try to run that yet. Koga number 19. I think it's a valuable card. It's $27. Restart auction. We'll run it for $20. That is a Koga holographic trainer card. Very beautiful. Ungraded is a $27 card. Ungraded, it's a $27 card. In a grade 10, it's $230. That is a Koga holographic trainer Pokemon card from 1999 to 2000. Very beautiful vintage Koga holographic Pokemon trainer card. No worries. All right. How about the Alakazam? Who doesn't love an Alakazam? Alakazam number 1. Alakazam number 1. Very, very cool card. $28 ungraded. That is a $28 card ungraded. That is an Alakazam base set. In a PSA 10, that's $1,300. Oh Lord, that is nice. That is a very nice Alakazam from base set. Ungraded, it is a $28 card. In the PSA 10 condition, it is a $1,300 card. All right, no worries. We'll put that back in the binder. How about a Scyther? Number 10. Scyther number 10, restart auction, edit item. $10. It is worth $19. That is right below or right at 50%. That's a Scyther from the Pokemon Jungle series. Holographic Scyther. A holographic Scyther. Very beautiful card. Very, very beautiful card. We got a Nidoqueen. Does anybody want a Nidoqueen? We have a Nidoqueen over here. And another Nidoking base set. I think you got a base set 2 Nidoking earlier, right? What does the Nidoking regular one want? Do you want the regular Nidoking 11 as well? Because we could run that one too. Why not? $10. Nidoking holographic. A holographic Nidoking. That is a holographic Nidoking from base set 1999. Holographic Nidoking from base set. A very, very beautiful card. And it can be yours for only $10. Well below the market value. All right, no worries. We'll hang on to that guy. And hang on to most of these. Oh, there is that guy. Oh, boy. And the Pichu. Look at that. We have some Disney cards. A Chansey. We have the... Let's rerun this guy again and see if somebody wants it. Ungraded, it's a $113 card. And I'll run it at $80. Why not? If it grades in a 10, it is over $1,000. That is, and that's a candidate for grading a 10. That isn't, or no, it's $340 in a grade 10. Umbreon Darkrai GX tag team, very, very beautiful. Ungraded, $113. That is what, $33 off. I'm gonna put that back in the box for now. We run through things. Don't. We got the Mewtwo and the Ditto and the Gyarados. Duplicate. Edit item. All right, $8. Hitmonchan holographic from base set 2. Hitmonchan holographic from base set 2. Hitmonchan holographic from base set 2. That is a Hitmonchan. That's a lot to say. Hitmonchan from base set 2 holographic for only $8. Well below the market value. No worries. Let's do $1 start on a Flareon. $1 Dark Flareon from Team Rocket, the year 2000. $1 on the Team Rocket's Dark Flareon. And we'll toss in a Topps Persian just for the heck of it. Topps Persian to go with it. And we got a holographic Flareon. Erica. Going to just 4. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's do 2 Topps cards, 50 cents a piece. A very fantastic deal considering they're over $2 each. That is a Paris from Topps and a Machop from Topps. 2 Topps Pokemon cards in immaculate condition. 2 of them. Throw another bid in and I will throw in another one. One more bid and I will toss in a Golduck from Topps as well. All right, those are going to Just For as well. Very lovely cards. Going into your Pokemon collection. You know, I wasn't going to sell this guy because I think it's just too cool, but why not? Let's sell it. Do we have any Pikachu fans in the house? We got a Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu, number 81. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu, number 81. Duplicate. Start auction. Let me find a top loader for him. That is just a cool card. Any way you spin it, that is just a very, very cool card. And let me see if I can find something else to put with it, just for the heck of it. Let's do a Latias EX. Latias EX to go with it. A Latias EX to go with the Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. Going to Just For. Very nice. We're actually making some pretty good headway on these ones over here. All right, let's do a Lugia from Celebrations with a Sylveon EX and a Dark Electrode from Team Rocket. So you're going to get the Lugia from Celebrations, a Sylveon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, and the Dark Electrode from Team Rocket. And we'll do a Bulbasaur from base set. 25 cents a card. Why not? Let's keep moving. We'll even throw in a Potion from base set. Let's see what else we can throw in. A Girafig. Got a lot of cards. Just For. Very nice. Alright, so we're going to keep working here. How about an Iron Treads EX and an Alakazam EX? We'll do both of those. An Iron Treads EX and an Alakazam EX. Both of those very beautiful cards. And a Goldeen from Jungle set. And a Mysterious Fossil from Fossil set. Very lovely. Alakazam EX, Iron Treads EX, and 2 Vintage. Lovely set of cards. And they can be yours right here, right now, and they are Just Fours. Nice. Very, very nice. What do we have here? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my Lord, there's so many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hold on. I'm going to run this. I'm going to do a little lot here to avoid the excess transactions. And we're going to do all of these at once. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll try to find one more so it's an even 50 cents. There we go. Magikarp from base set, and then all of these EX cards. You're going to get a Mawile V Alt Art, an Iron Hands EX, an Agalash EX, a Sizer EX, a Cynthia's Garchomp EX, an Iron Leafs EX, a Sandy Shocks EX, an Iron Thorns EX, an Archelodon EX, and the Magikarp was already mentioned. All of those. All right, we'll put those away for now. No worries. No problemo. Restart auction. Edit. $1. Golduck from Topps. This is the Golduck from Pokemon Topps series. Go in the top loader. It's actually a pretty nice card. And we'll pin it with the Geodude. That's the Topps Holo Foil. And that has like it's textured. It's a textured card. The card is textured. Pretty cool card, and it can be yours for only 50 cents. Not a bad deal. And they're going down to gold from the garage. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's grab something out the binder again. The giveaway is still live, guys, so hop in there. Let's do Energy Search Pro. Energy Search Pro. Duplicate. And we're going to toss in cards to go with it. A gold Disney card. A gold Lava Disney card. And with, I don't know, just random little lots of cards. Why not? All of these. and that. I can't do the Pidgeot EX. But we'll do those as well. All right, no worries. How about the Rainbow Komodo? I'm gonna start it at $1. It's a crazy price. This is a Rainbow Trainer card. This is a pretty valuable card. And you can have it for $1. I'm not going to throw anything else with it because this is just a cool card. Komodo Rainbow Hollow Foil. Very, very beautiful. Full art trainer card for only $1. You can have it. A Komodo. A Komodo. Very cool card. Going to home Gabe. Very nice. Okay, let's do the Skarmory Well, there's not that much interest in the Japanese cards right now. Let's do an Erica's Execute and 2 Lugias. 2 Lugia Hollows, and an Erica's Execute. And a holographic Hisuian Gudra. 25 cents a card. We'll even toss in a Misty Starmie to make it fun. 5 cards, now 20 cents a card. Not a bad deal. Lugia, Erica's Execute, Hisuian. Oh, here we go. The giveaway is going as well. A fun time. Bill taking down the giveaway. Bill, you won yourself this beautiful Charmeleon from base set 1999. Let me get a bag for you, Bill. Hold on. Ow. Ow. Need bag. Charmeleon. Bill. Nice. Here we go. Bill taking down the giveaway. We love to see it. Let's do another giveaway. We'll do this Team Rocket's Squirtle and the Steph Curry. That's actually a nice card. Hold on, we'll save that. Let's do the Great Tusk. All right, giveaways live. Let's go back over here and let's run. Let's do buy now. Edit item. Edit item. Delete. Nice. All right, we'll run another batch of cookies here. These are chocolate chunk cookies, and we're going to put them with a Doug Trio from base set. Okay. Why not? And a Pancham. So you're going to get some homemade chocolate chunk cookies from my wife and 2 very lovely vintage Pokemon cards. These are going to ship out very quickly, so fret not. The cookies will arrive fresh. Home Gabe. All right, we're going to keep working through this. We got a lot of cards here. We're not even remotely close to done. Let's get back into the binders. The binders of truth. A Ivysaur, Tops Series Ivysaur. It's a pretty cool card. This is the Tops Ivysaur. Put it in a top loader. Tops Ivysaur. That is the Tops Ivysaur Pokemon card. Tops Pokemon Ivysaur from 1998. All right, no worries. Let's jump to a first ed card. All right, this is a first edition Slowbro from Fossil. That is a first edition Slowbro from Fossil series. That is a first edition. If it's purchased, I'll put it in the top loader. Otherwise, it's going to go back in my binder. Slowbro, first edition from Fossil. That is a first edition Slowbro. $4 ungraded card. Currently at 25% of the market value. All right, we'll put it back in the binder for now. How about a Sabrina's Mr. Mime? Sabrina's Mr. Mime. First edition. Sabrina's Mr. Mime. I'm putting that in a top loader regardless, because I'll just list it later as a static listing on Diptych Cards. Sabrina's Mr. Mime, first edition. Sabrina's Mr. Mime. It is a $5 ungraded card. $5 ungraded card, currently at 20% market value. Sabrina's Mr. Mime. All right, no worries. All right, let's do 3 cards. Do a 3-card Monty. 4 cards. We'll do 4 vintage. 4 vintage cards. 4 of them. If I can find a 4th one here. There we go. Blaine's Tauros, Geodude, Horsey, and a Krabby. All 4 of these very lovely vintage cards can be yours. Krabby from the Fossil series, Horsey from Fossil, Geodude from Fossil, and Blaine's Tauros. All of these from 1999 vintage Pokemon cards. Vintage. Ooh la la. So vintage. So card. All right, we'll leave those there for now. Let me grab another binder. The binder underneath the binder underneath the binder. And grab some cards out of here. How about a Team Rocket's Charmander? Team Rocket's Charmander. Restart auction. Team Rocket's Charmander. And we'll toss it in with a couple of the other vintage cards. But the Team Rocket's Charmander by itself is super duper cool. That is a Team Rocket's Charmander. Team Rocket's Charmander, plus a Geodude, plus a Horsey. All right, we'll keep them. Oh, wait, I can't get them back in there. That's okay. Let's see. I think I have a non-holo Nidoking in here somewhere. Let me see. Blaine's Charmander. There we go. Let's do Charmander and Charmander. I think that's the way to go. Blaine's Charmander and a Charmander from Team Rocket. Oh, dang. I just lost it. Hold up. Two Charmanders. A Blaine's Charmander from Gym Heroes and a Team Rocket's Charmander. If I find a third one, I'll toss it in there while I'm going through the binder here. A lot of energy cards. That is a Blaine's Charmander and a a Team Rocket's Charmander. Going to Ember. Nice. I'm still looking through the binders for, you said Xatu and Gardevoir, right? I have a Gardevoir somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. It's like a full art one. More modern, but still cool. Ember, let me get a box opened. A lot of high-end cards as well, if anyone's interested. Let me know. We're going to keep going here. Let's see. Binder after. I mean, the whole binder, you got to understand, it's like a whole thing. Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. There's a Squirtle. Let's do a Squirtle from base set 2 and a War Turtle from base set 2. That feels right. That just feels right. Squirtle and a War Turtle. Oh yeah. The way that the God intended it to be. A War Turtle and a Squirtle, both from base set 2, so that you can fulfill your collection instantaneously. Oh my gosh. And a Cubone, I guess. All right, let me move these out the way. I need to find where I put the rest of those. There we are. More penny sleeves. Ralts, Kirlia, or Gardevoir. Yeah, okay. Let me keep an eye here. I'm rolling through these binders as we're going, and also keeping an eye for those and the other ones that have been asked for. I think that I have for sure. Let's run these first. These are a base set to Squirtle and a base set to War Turtle. That's a base set to Squirtle and a base set to War Turtle. Oh, this is all base set, Fossil, and Rocket. I'm going to keep looking here. You're going to change the auction length, too. We'll go down to 10 seconds to make it quicker. Gold from the garage, taking those down. Blaine's, Ponita. What are all these? Cramorant. And we got to get rid of some of these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 of these to. Oh, dang it. I just removed it from stage again. Move to stage. Restart auction. Edit item. Uno más. $1. And we're going to do all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hollows. You're going to get the Thwackey, the Groudon, the Dialga, the Cramorant, the Rookidee, and the Galarian Obstagoon. And a Galarian Darumaka as well. Why not? And that one. And that one. And that one. I don't know. It's just like 15 holographics. 10 cents per card. Bill taking them down. Bill, thank you so much. I will get those into your bag, and then we'll get you into a box. All right, hold on. I really want to find one of these Curlias or... Okay, I do got a Ralts. I just found a Ralts. But I'm going to try to find a couple other... We have a Ralts. At least we have a Ralts. I know there's more, though, because I just saw them a little bit ago. I just don't know what I did with them, because I have, like... Currently on the table, there's probably at least 1,000 cards. Maybe more. So I'm just going to try to go through these quickly and see what I can find in there, mixed in. These are mostly vintage. There we go. Zatu. Let's see. Well, here, let's run it. Let's do this just to make it special. We're going to run the Ralts because it's the only one I've found so far. It is from 2003. We're going to run it alongside a couple other cards, though, just because. A Ralts and the other two, a Sandy Shocks EX and an Iron Leafs EX. But a very beautiful Ralts from 2003. I'm not sure what set that is. Maybe Skyridge? Not Skyridge. I don't know. There's so many sets, to be honest with you, it'd be hard to keep track. But we'll run these 3 for now, and then I'll find some more as we push along. Nice. Ember taking that down. Let's see. Slowpoke. Okay, let's get back in here for a minute and see what's down on the mix. Sabrina's Mr. Mime. Horsey. Let's do 2 at once. Ivysaur by Topps and this first edition Sabrina's Mr. Mime. The Mr. Mime is a $5 card by itself. Before I put it away, let's see. Baltoy. I'm going to look through the binders here momentarily. All right, we'll leave those there for now. Let me grab the personal binder again, and we'll see what's what. All right, let's do this guy. This is a big man Blastoise. But I got to run it at $5. I understand if you guys don't want to buy it, but this is the Topps Blastoise. This is a very nice card. This is the Topps Blastoise. Hold up. A Topps Blastoise. I will put a card with it. Let's do the Topps Ivysaur as well. Might as well. But a Topps Blastoise and the Topps Ivysaur card. You're going to get two very lovely cards. The Blastoise is a super duper nice card, but you're going to get the Ivysaur to go with it just to make it extra special. Gold from the garage. Very nice. Taking that down. All right, let's do, in the same vein, let's do a Doug Trio, and the better of the two cards is going to be this holographic Squirtle. This is the holo foil Squirtle. Actually, this might be the rainbow holo foil, which is worth more than 5 by itself, but we're going to toss in the Doug Trio to go with it. That is the holographic Squirtle Topps card, and you're going to get the Doug Trio or non-holo. And here, we'll toss in a Poliwag as well. That's a Poliwag number 60. And we'll toss in a Lugia from Celebration. So there you go. 4 cards. Not a bad deal, especially for the holo Squirtle Topps card. Super duper cool. Very nostalgic. Very nice. Going to Bill. Bill taking that down. All right, let's do a quick sports card break. This is a Kendall George and a Nolan Thayer. We're going to run them at $1. I'm going to do dollar starts on these sports cards because that's how much fun we like to have. That is a prismatic insert and, oh god, prismatic insert and a another insert card. So 2 lovely insert cards. And here, we'll run them with a Steph Curry. The Steph Curry card is fantastic. It's like a rainbow holographic. I don't know what, but still very cool. You can look them up online. I always do. How about this guy? I'll run it at what I consider a fantastic price. The last one that I saw sold for over $100. This is the Wilt Chamberlain UD promo. It's Upper Deck promo card. So most of these cards were printed without that Upper Deck. And the last one that I saw did sell for like $105. So that is a Wilt Chamberlain UD promo, a Wilt Chamberlain UD promo. Very, very cool card. And it can be yours for only $20. No worries. Well, how about this? Oh, what are these? Miltank and Luxray. Okay, we'll run those. Restart auction, edit item, $1. We're going to do the Miltank from Neo Genesis and a Luxray EX. Those 2 very lovely cards are right there. And we'll toss in a Krabby from Fossil, since it's right there. And these 3. Team Rockets, Team Claydol, I don't know, all of these. Energy Switch, a Rhydon. Alright, we'll keep those to the side and go back into the binder. How about a Charmeleon from Topps? Charmeleon from the Topps series. That's a cool card. That is Stage 2 Charmeleon from the Topps series Pokemon going into a top loader because that's where it deserves to be. That is a Charmeleon from the Topps series Pokemon. A Charmeleon with a very cool art. Charmeleon from Topps Pokemon. All right, no worries. We're going to keep going here. We got a lot of good stuff. Just got to keep finding it. How about Hitmonlee non-holo from Fossil series? Hitmonlee non-holo from the Fossil series. It's a pretty cool card. Obviously, the holographic one is better, but the non-holo is still a cool card to add to your collection. And it is definitely worth more than $1. So not a bad deal on some bargain box Pokemon cards. For those of us that say there's no bargains in Pokemon, I would say there is. All right, I'm going to edit this and go down to 10-second auctions, and we're going to be crazy. 10-second auctions. There we go. Make him quick. All right, non-holo Ditto from Fossil set. Non-holo Ditto. Non-holo Ditto from Fossil set. 1999. No worries. Venomoth from base set 2. Venomoth from base set 2. Venomoth from base set 2 with a Horsey. And a Cubone from base set 2. 33 cents per card. No worries. Let's do an old Pikachu with... let's do 2 Pikachus. Ooh-ha! No, let's do a Vaporeon. Non-holo. Edit item. $2. That is a non-holo Vaporeon. A non-holo Vaporeon from Jungle Series. A non-holo Vaporeon from the Jungle Series. That is a hit from those packs. No worries. A Pikachu... with the Charmeleon from Topps. Let's go. A Pikachu and a Charmeleon. Well, those are Pokemon that should not be hanging out, but they are. A Charmeleon and a Pikachu. A very lovely set. The Pikachu is a very bad looking card. I love it. Ember taking those down. Very nice. I'm going to keep plugging away here. Suppose we could look at the Dragonite. The higher end cards were not running off earlier, and I was selling them for pretty good. Let me try the Dragonite number 19. Dang, too bad it's not the one that says 1999 to 2000, because that's a $231 card. That'd be nice if that was it. That is a 1999 to 2000 Dragonite. But we're going to run this one separately. This is the... let me run it at 5. I'll start it at $5. Dragonite number 19. Dragonite number 19 from Fossil. I have another Dragonite here I should look at. Dragonite number 19 from the Fossil series. All right, we'll keep that. All right, Gengar. Let's do a Gengar. Gengar number 20. Gengar number 20 from Fossil series. Number 1999. Duplicate. Edit item. And there we go. It is a $14 ungraded card. That is a Gengar from Fossil series. Currently $13.39 ungraded on price charting. All right, no worries. We'll keep that one. Bill taking down the giveaway again. Very nice. We love to see it, Bill. Bill, you won the giveaway right there. You got a bag full of all your goodies. All right, let me keep looking through this binder here. All right, let's do this. I'm going to run a series of 3 cards. Give me 2 seconds to set it up. They're very, very nice cards. It is a series of dark... it is a full set from evolutions, from each evolution. All right, here we go. 1 second. All right, restart auction, edit item, $20 is what I'm going to start this at. And it is quite a deal. This will be one of the best deals of the night. You can get the full set. Team Rocket Squirtle, Dark War Turtle, and the Dark Blastoise. All 3. You're going to get the entire set. The Dark Blastoise from Team Rocket, the Dark War Turtle, and the Squirtle. All right, no worries. We will... I think maybe the 10-second auction thing is not super great. Let me run it back to 20 seconds, because this is a pretty good deal. We'll toss in a Ditto to make it extra special. But you're going to get all 3 of the Squirtle, Dark War Turtle, and Dark Blastoise. We'll toss in a few more. Another Horsey, and the Venomoth, and the Cubone, and Alone. Alone like the Dark Blastoise Alone. Oh, it just froze. Hold on. It just closed completely. It just 100% froze. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me see. I can hear. Yeah, on my screen, it's not showing. I can't see. I'm going to close and reopen. All right, we are back. I think we're back. Bill, it looks like you did win this set, so we're going to put those in your bag for you. It glitched out right there and kind of went crazy, but we are back. We do have it back now. All right, we're back. Duplicate, edit item, $1. $1 Vaporeon from Jungle Set. A $1 Vaporeon from Jungle Set. A wonderful $1 Vaporeon from the Jungle Set. Very cool card. Okay, hold up. We're going to keep looking through the binder for the cards that were requested real quick. Oh, it did so. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. It's like being weird. Vaporeon going out. I'm going to put it in a top loader for you, Ember. That's top loaded now. I'm still looking. Grumpig. Here, let's run this guy real quick. That is a very valuable card, running at $1. See who gets it. Dragonite Tops card. This is the Dragonite Tops card. It's a very, very nice Dragonite Tops card. You will not find many of these. This is the Dragonite Tops card. A very nice and pretty valuable card out of the top series. This is one of the nicer ones. It is E12 out of 12. And it is a very cool card. One of my favorites from the Topps Pokemon series. Definitely one of my favorites. This is the Dragonite from Topps. Going to Bill. Okay, we're going to keep going through the calendar here of awesome things that we have. Oh my. Let's do a Maractus. A Maractus number 160. Maractus number 160. There we go. Let me get a top loader because it's a full art card. Maractus, $1 on the Maractus. Very beautiful Maractus, full art card. A Maractus, very, very beautiful full art card. All right, no worries. How about the Excadrill? Excadrill, very beautiful Excadrill. Look at how beautiful that card is. That is an Excadrill. I love this card. Excadrill, very beautiful full art card. That is an Excadrill. That's an Excadrill. Frizerky wants a piece. It's a cool card. And for $1 to get a full art is just a beautiful deal. So an Excadrill. Frizerky taking it down. Very nice. All right, let's do the Machamp Topps card. I was waiting on this one, but we'll run it. This is the multiple rainbow background Machamp from Topps. Topps. I keep wanting to say Topps Chrome, but it's not Topps Chrome. This is the Machamp from Topps series. Machamp. I think that's a cool card. That is the Machamp from the Topps Pokemon series. All right, no worries. It's getting a little loud. Alright, how about Reverse Hollow Clefairy from Evolutions? It's actually a fairly valuable card. That is Reverse Hollow Clefairy, and we'll put it with a few from down here. In fact, we'll put it with the Maractus. Why not? All four of those, quarter apiece. Might as well grab them, right? The Berserk is gonna take it. Berserky's going berserky. And here, we're going to toss in Drops in the Ocean as well, because that's just a cool card, and I think you should have it. Berserky! Oh, here we go. Let's do this Articuno. But I want to put it with... We're going to put it with this Dratini from Topps. Duplicate. We're off. That is a Dratini from Topps and an Articuno Hollow, and it is super cool looking. One of my favorite Articuno designs because of the way that the hollow pattern is running behind the bird. That is an Articuno and a Dratini from Topps. That is a very beautiful 1998 Topps Dratini. All right, no worries. We'll keep going. Let's do a really good card. Another really good one. We're going to run this one. Regidrago V-Star Rainbow, $1. Let me grab a top loader. Hold on. This is a crazy good card. Hold on. Here we go. $1 on the Regidrago V-Star Rainbow. Hold on. Regidrago V-Star Rainbow. Home gate taking that one down. Very nice. Very nice. Let's do another dollar start on the first edition Sabrina's Mr. Mime. Since it's down here, we'll put it with the Dratini. And we'll put it with a Persian. Oh, that Persian's in rough shape. Don't do the Persian. Articuno, why not? All three. All three, including the first edition. That is a first edition card there, guys. First edition Sabrina's Mr. Mime. Going to Ember. Very nice. We had a whole binder of first edition stuff here. All right, a holographic Bulbasaur from Topps. That is a holographic Bulbasaur from Topps. That is the Topps Stage 1, E1 of 12. This is the first card in the series. That is the Bulbasaur holographic. I believe it's a $5.96 card in ungraded. That is a holographic Bulbasaur from Topps. No worries. No worries. I'm going to put this out there one more time at a incredibly great price of $40. It is a sealed first edition Machamp in the original packaging that it came in. That is the sealed in the package Machamp first edition. Very beautiful, immaculate card. It has never been removed from that plastic. And you could smell the air of the 1990s if you open it and, I guess, smell the card. We're going to try to run some higher-end ones here. We have a lot that we did not run through earlier, so let's get after it. We'll start at $1 on a few of them. Opal for $1. Opal Full Art Trainer, very beautiful card. An Opal Full Art Trainer card. That is a very beautiful looking card. It is out of the modern sets. I believe it was a Sword and Shield era set. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is Opal Full Art Trainer card. No worries. Let's do a Flareon. And we're going to run it at $24. They're currently ungraded, going for $30. That is a Flareon from the Jungle Set holographic. That is a Flareon holographic from Jungle Set, and it is immaculate. I would guarantee that you should grade any of these first edition Jungle Set, base set, or fossil, or even Team Rocket for that matter. All right, no worries. Let's run the Mewtwo again. I'm going to start the Mewtwo at $10, guys. Why not? Mewtwo, number 10. Original base set Mewtwo. Base set Mewtwo, number 10. That That is a base set Mewtwo, guys. Very beautiful card. You are not going to find this anywhere else at that price. Ungraded, it's a $17 card, and you can have it for far less than that. That is a Mewtwo from base set. That is a Mewtwo holographic from base set. Very beautiful. Going to Ember. Nice pickup. Let's do another really cool one. Where'd my value binder go? I had a thing telling me the values of all these things. I'm just running it all willy-nilly. Dark Hypno. It's a $20 card. Okay, duplicate. I gotta go up a little bit. This is a Dark Hypno from Team Rocket. It is a Dark Hypno from Team Rocket. A very beautiful card. Very, very beautiful. Ungraded, it's a $20 card. And in graded condition, it can go for a whole lot more, even into the hundreds of dollars. That is a Dark Hypno. All right, no worries. We'll leave that one aside. Let's run. Let's run something decent. How about a Chansey? Does anybody have love for the Chanseys? Chansey, number 3 from base set 2 with a swirl on the top of her head there. You can see it right there above her head. There is a swirl. That is a swirled Chansey from base set 2 holographic in immaculate condition. That is a base set 2 holographic Chansey. Very, very beautiful. No worries. How about the Pidgeot? Pidgeot, duplicate, run it. Pidgeot from base set 2, also with a swirl right above its head. Super duper pretty, $17.43 card, ungraded, $17.43. And it just goes up in graded condition. These are all beautiful cards in very, very great near mint condition. Any cheaper early Blastoise you have put away, if that even exists in cheap form. I have the only other Blastoise I have right now that is available is this. It's not cheap though, unfortunately. It's a base set Blastoise from Japan. Ungraded, it's a $43 card. I would run it for $32. It's a base set Blastoise from Japan. So it's the equivalent of an American Blastoise from base set, but it's from 1998, I believe, or 99. It's from the Japanese expansion set, and this is a $43.75 card, ungraded. Yeah, I understand. Let me look in here and see what else I might have in the Blastoise range. Well, you know what? I got this. Here's one. I'll run this at $1. It's worth a little bit more than $5 individually. And there is a Blastoise on the card, technically. It is a holo. It has the Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, and a Mewtwo. It does deserve a top loader, so I need to find one because it is a pretty cool card. But that is a... it's from the top. It's a top series movie card, so it's the movie card with Blastoise, Charizard. It is a holo foil card, which is really cool. But it has the Blastoise, the Charizard, the Mewtwo, and the Venusaur. All 3 of those beautiful ones on there. Nice. Let me see what else I have in that range of Blastoise, because I'm sure I got something else. It's just hard because there's so many cards. It's like, oh, here we go. This is not a Blastoise, but someone asked for this earlier, so I'm going to run it $1. That's a base set Dragonair. That is a base set Dragonair. A base set Dragonair. Very beautiful base set Dragonair. A super duper nice card from 1999. A base set Dragonair can be yours. Base set Dragonair. Really, really cool card. I love that card. And you know what? We're gonna toss in a Luxray EX just because we love the Luxrays. We do. Ember taking it down. Nice. Yeah, we got a bunch of cards in here. We got base set Charmander and Charmeleon set. Anyone interested in a base set one of those? Here we go. We're gonna run one of these. We just ran a regular Dragonair. We gotta run its evil brother, the Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket, 1999 to 2000, Wizards of the Coast. That is the Dark Dragonair. The dark version of the previous card. And it's actually a really clean card. It's in really great shape. Alright, I'm going to put this over here. Okay. Here we go. I got one that's kind of unique, and we're going to run it with a couple other Japanese cards, because why not? We're going to run a Japanese, all three of these. A Psyduck, a Bulbasaur from base set. We're going to run some cool Japanese cards, because why not? All three of these. The Psyduck is a super cool art, but then you have the base set Bulbasaur, and I believe that's a Croconaw. And we'll toss in the hollow foil Bulbasaur to go with it, just to make it that much more special. So 3 Japanese cards, plus a Topps hollow Bulbasaur. All right, no worries. Leave that there for now, and keep pushing. Oh, that's a cool card. Let's do this guy. We're going to run this at $1. It's a great deal. That's a cast form holographic. It's a super duper cool card. I got like 3 of these, so I'm going to give one away at $1. That is a cast form holographic. Super duper cool card, and not one you come across. From 2004, the cast forms did not really take off like I think they were hoping, but that is a very lovely cast form. All right, going to Home Gabe. Lovely. Let's see. Combuskin, Charmeleon, Weezing, Slowpoke, Mr. Mime. Everyone loves a Mr. Mime. Here's a Raichu. Here's an older Raichu from 04. It's an older Raichu from old 4. From 04. And we're going to pair it with some stuff like that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. There we go. Going to Ember. Very nice. Let's see what else we have in here for fun. Oh, how about this Espeon? I wasn't going to sell this because I think it's the coolest Espeon that I have, but why not? This is an Espeon from 2013. A very cool blue tinted Espeon. Oh, the giveaway? Or giveaway already went. We already did that. This is an Espeon. A very lovely older Espeon. Not a kind of card you see very often. Oh, Ember wants it. Very cool Espeon. And here, we'll put a Japanese Bulbasaur to go with it. Why not? Everyone should have a Japanese Bulbasaur. It can teach you how to speak Japanese. Okay, let's see. Scooby-Doo, boom, yeah. Let's do a Zoroark and a Suicune EX. 2 EX cards. Zoroark and a Suicune EX. We're going to just start with those, and I'll add a couple to it here. Altaria, Sad Pikachu, or Happy Pikachu, and a Palkia. So 5 cards, 20 cents a piece. These EX cards are worth more than that. Bill taking them down, nice. Doing big moves here tonight. Selling these cards off. Here, let's run this one more time and see if anyone wants it, or I'm just gonna probably pass it off. I'll run it at $70, which is well below the estimated resale value. It is a real Gucci handbag. It is real. I have confirmed that. Every detail of it is it's very, very fine. And I do have Gucci myself. I have a Gucci wallet that I've had for a very long time. This is an authentic Gucci women's handbag. All right, we'll leave that there for now. Maybe somebody will want it here in a bit. I don't want to run that. That's just too expensive. That might be a little bit much to try to run here tonight. Let's grab the rest of these good cards and see what else we have. How about a Magneton from base set 2? Magneton from base set 2. We'll run it at $8. Why not? Base set 2 holographic Magneton for $8. Base set 2 Magneton from 1999. Very clean, minty Magneton from base set 2. A Magneton from base set 2. We'll put it down there. Let's see. What about... I know someone's going to want a Vaporeon holographic. Vaporeon number 12. Vaporeon number 12. All right, Vaporeon number 12 holographic. I'll leave it at $8. I just made it go away completely. Move to stage. Never mind. We're coming back at $10. Still a great deal. This is a Vaporeon holographic from Jungle Set. The original Vaporeon holographic from Jungle Set. A very beautiful Vaporeon holographic from the original Jungle Set. A very pretty, very lovely Vaporeon holographic from Jungle Set. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look at it and figure out what was what. But yeah, it'll probably have to have you redo them at some point. I'll see what we can do. Let's do... restart auction. We'll run a Zapdos number 15. A Zapdos number 15. Holographic, super duper cool. Original from Fossil Set. Zapdos, holographic Zapdos, holographic. A holographic Zapdos from the original Fossil Set. A very beautiful holographic Zapdos. Alright, no worries. Let's do a dollar start. And we're going to do a Miyu. A Miyu from a Celebrations. Miyu from Celebrations. A very beautiful Miyu from Celebrations. Holographic. In a PSA 10, I have these in my box for grading because it's a $600 card in a PSA 10. If it tens. If it doesn't, it's not worth that at all. But Ember taking it down. We have some great ones in here. If anyone has unlimited pocketbooks, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, number 6. Mr. Mime, number 6 is a $15 card. We'll run it at $10. There you go. Better deal than a card show. Mr. Mime holographic from the Jungle series. Mr. Mime holographic from the Jungle series. We have one that's also a no symbol one, which is pretty cool. Not to mention the War Turtle back there, which is a very, very cool card that you will likely never come across. Maybe you will if you go through a ton of cards, but the reason this card is so special, as you can see, it says it evolved but it evolved from itself. They made an error and they printed a picture of a war turtle in the evolutions box. It's a $170 card, ungraded. I would be willing to entertain offers if anyone was interested in sending them. I think we'll put away the higher end cards for now. We'll run a. We'll do a $10 Ditto. Dang it! I did it again. $10 holographic Ditto from the from Fossil set, and let's put the holographic Bulbasaur to go with it, and we'll put a handful of other miscellaneous vintage and Japanese cards to go in there. So you're gonna get the Ditto. Oh, it's dry in here. All right, no worries, no worries. Let me clean these up a little bit. Because I promised that I would run some sports towards the end of the show earlier on, I'm going to run a few sports cards. And if they aren't doing hot, then we'll just kind of move on from them. But I have a lot of sports cards, like a dummy amount of sports cards. So we'll do dollar starts on some sports cards. Restart auction. Edit item $1. When you do dollar starts on some of these cards, it's quite a deal. Let's do a Cal Ripken. We're going to do a... Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do this guy first. I'm going to do this guy first. It's a flying holographic Mew from Topps. It's a super nice card. It's one of the chase cards from that series. I have 3 of them. I'm going to keep the other 2. But this is, you can see the Mew right there flying through the sky. It's a Topps Mew card. A very, very cool card. And I won't sell the other 2 because I just like it too much. And it's a really hard card to get from this series. And it's actually kind of valuable. It's not super valuable, but it's in the kind of valuable range. Nice Ember taking it down. Back to sports. Where'd that Cal Ripken Jr. card go? And a Dan Marino. We'll do Dan Marino and Cal Ripken. They would hate it. They would just be so upset. Duplicate. You're going to get a... Hold on. A... Cal Ripken Orioles card, baseball card, and a Dan Marino football card. That is a Cal Ripken and Dan Marino. Those are 2 very, very popular, very famous sports players, and they can be yours for only 50 cents a piece. We'll even toss in a hollow insert card. So 33 cents a piece on those lovely little sports cards. No worries. Let's do Bobby Witt Jr. and Klingon rookie card. Here we go. Bobby Witt Jr. Rainbow foil insert and the rookie Donovan Klingon. I think it's Donovan. Yeah, Donovan Klingon. And here, you know what? Just for the heck of it, we'll toss in the rest of these other sports cards. All 5 of these. We'll just do all 5. Why not? 5 very lovely sports cards. All right, we'll save the sports for another day. Let's do a dollar start on these 3. Dollar start on these 3. Mawile, Alt Art, Iron Hands EX, and a Cynthia's Garchomp EX. In fact, let's do a couple others and make this the last auction of the night because I'm getting tired. I'm just going to add all of these to it. And when we're done, we'll be done. I'm going to add until we're done, and this will be the last auction of the night. I'm just going to keep adding cards here. All of these, including the hollow Bulbasaur. I'm just going to keep adding. There's multiple Topps cards, EX cards. Here's a vintage Electrode. Here's a handful of vintage cards, just random vintage. Who knows what's in there? Dondozo EX. First edition Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite. Lieutenant Surge's Spearow. Here's a Pokemon coin. Some more vintage. Oh gosh. I'm going to drop it all. I'm running out of room. More. Here's a Miltank, Persian, a Vulpix, Dratini, Tops. There's a Blaine's Ponyta. We're not done. We're just going to keep going. That's an energy card. That's not cool. Sports card, I guess. Hold on. Let me find something better here. Geodude. I'm running out of room. All of these. Oh, gosh. That's a bunch. Okay. Those are all vintage. I'll do this whole stack. We're not... Okay, we're going to close it off by adding all these other vintage as well, just for the heck of it. It's been a really fun night. I've had a really great time. We're going to throw that whole stack of vintage in there as well. Those are going to Frizzerky. Very nice. All right, let's do... that was it. We're going to call it, I think, there. It's getting pretty late. I've been on for 3 hours. What's loose right here that we can do a quick giveaway for? Let's do a giveaway for a Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. Final giveaway of the night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Duplicate, start giveaway. Hop in that giveaway. We're going to pull it really quick for this Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. A very cool Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. We're going to pull it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is going to final giveaway of the night, going to Thrifty Morgan. Very nice. All right, everybody. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me, and we will catch you probably tomorrow on our next show. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and thank you guys so much.